What school did you take interest in, by the way, as a
Uh,
wizard?
I haven't taken a school yet because it's
You
level 1 wizard.
level one wizard does,
Wait,
I believe.
I thought it was. Well, everybody
that
go
was like
5e tools.
because I don't think wizards do. I think it's level 2. I could be
It could be
completely
level
incorrect.
two. You could be correct.
Wizard.
I'm not like 100% correct on that.
Hold on.
Arcane tradition.
Yeah, it's two. You're
Yeah,
right. You're correct.
I haven't taken anything yet.
So think about ideas, which school you want.
Personally, Josh really likes blade singing because it works really well with this.
Oh yeah, with artificers, yeah, it does.
It works
Are
really
you?
well.
You're not an armorer though, right?
No, it's
Oh god. Yeah,
I.
because that's
What's cool about this class of artificer is they can use their intelligence modifiers to attack
yeah,
with their martial weapons.
yeah. It's just the artificer with blade singing AC gets a little fun.
It does, but I don't think we'll reach that far this campaign before I get real crazy. But
Nah.
we'll see. That's the one I'm leaning towards, though.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't imagine we're gonna get too many more level ups.
Do you have comprehend languages already?
I can screenshot my level 1 spells and show them to you.
Yeah, I'll be good. Maybe Veronica can give you a few here.
I'm not in a hurry for this, so if there's something you need to do, you can just move
Yeah,
ahead.
sure. We can go ahead and get started a bit. We're just going to continue kind of, getting things moving. Things are starting to pick back up slowly across our whole game here. So we'll continue with, everyone going about their own individual things, but if you want to go and work with other people during this time, can as well. Perfect. You actually have a lot of spells. Porter. Mr. Porter.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You have been in Eris. Kind of
Yeah.
working up there. And I've been trying to establish a sort of safe zone for the people of Eris and for the cathedral. Or just like the people from that kind of war that is going on up there. It has been an interesting few weeks of you doing so, in the sense that for the most part, you've been able to remain fairly neutral. You've given some leeway with allowing some clerics to come in and do some healing, I believe, but you actively tried to avoid any sort of sides. A few weeks into this whole effort, as your crowds are starting to get bigger, or like the amount of refugees that come from this crisis start to get bigger, as the capital of Eris itself seems the monarchy is fully kind of gained control of the city, but they still have to deal with random. The best way I could put it is like incursions from almost maddened angelic hosts of Joseph, mainly. And I don't mean like
what was
I don't
what was
mean
that? Like followers of Joseph's code?
yeah, so specifically like the angels of Joseph. Because Arista does have actual angels that inhabit it. And I don't mean like they're like mad, but they're not in their right mind anymore, as if purpose is gone and they're desperately trying to cling to what was a purpose, to defend this place, to hold this place, to keep this kingdom. And so Eris has to deal with the threat of these angels and occasionally, soldiers or paladins from time to time. You're not exactly sure what the situation inside the Temple of the Triumvirate is, but the aerial priests seem to be okay for the most part. There are a few that, definitely have their distaste with the monarchy for trying to take control in this moment of the church's, weakness that they're trying to push in, is how they see it. It's a very weird political moment, and the clergy of bishop has always been kind of reserved. They don't get too involved in most of the time. They actually have been kind of, and you maybe hear more about this, that they have been having more of a spat with a offshoot, like a sect of the Church of Bishop that has been down in Varengard. You hear more about that, I would say, from your position, because it's different from the war. People are like curious why like the Church of Bishop is arguing with like a different sect during this time, that they're more concerned with that. I think I mentioned it a few times, but it's been a hot minute. But it's the Church of Dalin, who claim, like, I'll give you a little bit. They claim that to worship the man who was, or who became the god bishop. They claim to almost worship this god of diviners, of mages, who kind of transformed himself into that, but they worship the original man, which the Temple of Tournament does not like, because they view it differently. But just some of like the politics that are going on there. The main problem for you as time is going on is you don't have a ton of troops, since you have been fairly neutral in this, to keep this place safe. Like the princesses can afford a few, but they're also fighting a freaking war in Dersha. And it starts to get to the point where you start to seriously consider, like, if you're not here, how do you keep this area secure? And even if when you are here, you can't be in every place at once. So how to best secure your camp, your area? Because as good as this like refugee camp is for the princess family name, if it can't do what it sets out to do, then it does more harm than good for you.
So the question you're asking me is what I should do if I had to leave?
The question I'm asking is, how do you want to keep this place safe long term? I'll give you a few ideas, right?
Yeah.
You could, one, try to entreat with the church a bit, and maybe that would lessen the fervor of the angels targeting your general direction if they ever, attack Eris. You could go to the monarchy and try to work with them to see if they can provide some security. Obviously, that would, kind of could be seen as taking a side one way or the other. You could also try to look for outside security somewhere else, although I'm not entirely sure where you should look in that case. If you have some ideas, be fine. You could also try to enlist certain people, or there's 1,000 NPCs in this world. You could try to find some that you think could help you with that, or would be willing to.
I will let you go buy a couple of scrolls of sending.
Sure, you can do that.
Yeah,
You guys are at that level. I'm not too worried about sending.
cool.
You go and you get these scrolls, and they work more like letters in this case. You writing an individual letter, kind of like the book Brennan has.
Like the
big book of
the net-
sendings.
yeah, the bird thingies.
Which I'm actually going to make that an item at some point. The big book of sendings.
Isn't that Kaylee's now?
It could be.
I don't.
honestly can't remember.
I'm pretty sure she kept it.
She might have yoinked it.
There is a warlock subclass that has that ability. Actually,
There is.
So do I not get sending or like the book of sending or not?
You could get sendings. I'm just saying that like
Okay.
the scrolls are kind of just like you would, instead of just being like a scroll that you would read and then say the words, it's more like you write it in and it'll send it. It's just kind of the
Okay.
Erisian take on scrolls of sending.
Okay.
It's flavor.
Okay. God, who are the gods again? It was Aris, there's Joseph, and there's Bishop.
Yeah. I had a bit of
Okay.
an ego back
Not
in the
Eris.
day. Ariel.
Ariel. Sorry, that was close enough.
She's dancing to Under the Sea right now.
Under the sea.
Under the
girl.
sea. Uh, 25. I'll have to type this up.
Important.
To Joseph, because I met the guy. I hire your assistant. Oh, wait. And you said, was it Joseph Cove is doing crazy shit right now?
Joseph's angels and some of his paladins seem to just be on the warpath. They're the main things that are attacking the monarchy in return. Retaliation. Because honestly, like they started to freak out a little bit, the church did, but the monarchy made the first like grand move to kind of push them out.
To be
Okay.
fair, I wouldn't want to live in a theocracy either.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean it's theocracy versus monarchy, right? It's
I think that people
neither
should
are
rise up
wonderful.
and say, I don't
Yeah.
like either of these people.
Yeah. There's a lot going on right now. Honestly, people are trying to just like live.
I'm actually gonna send 2 sendings, and they're gonna say exactly the same thing.
I can only come to you for
This-
help. I can think of no one else. Send this to 10 people.
And then they
Yeah.
all show up and you're like,
I didn't think I'll get
Yeah.
this many replies. I'm sorry.
well,
I
this
thought
is
of some other
awkward.
people after you. Please add each one. I was afraid I was going to have to settle for less. Thank God you came. I can play a fun apprentice.
What?
Who do you send these to?
Oh, okay. One is Joseph. Okay. And the other one is that princess bitch that
So you send one to
that-
like. So Joseph's the god, and you know like
Yeah.
the triumvirate are missing.
well, I met the guy. You can at least
You
send
can send it to
someone.
you can send it to like the church, like the Temple of the Triumvirate's church, right? The whoever's like the big priest.
Didn't Joseph die?
Yeah, he did.
Joseph
when
is
did he die?
dead.
When did he die? I thought we talked there at
Bishop
one
is still
woman show.
alive. Bishop and Ariel are alive, but Joseph died.
Which is kind of what's causing the freak out. It's not
Wait.
like the greatest. Like some people know, some people don't. Like some people think the church is just losing their shit because they've been getting weaker over time.
Alright, well, fuck, hold on.
Your plan could still work. You just would maybe be like trying to find their head priest.
Yeah, then this is gonna be multiple sending, so.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, I didn't
Hey!
realize.
Now you're good.
Just as a bit of a warning, though, I'm already drunk.
Perfect.
So-
Half of us are sick. You can be drunk. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Good for it.
Val, you look great in those pants.
Another option.
Thank
Keith,
you.
because I am a chaos gremlin, right? You know there is like that like representative of Asmodeus in the city.
Oh fuck yeah, that'd be so. Actually, that makes way more sense. That's something, dude. No, Porter would definitely go for that. He's hot.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Good.
100%.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Dude, Asmodeus has done nothing to us so far.
I guess that's true. That's the one argument you can make.
He's been helpful.
Don't encourage him, Derek. I could.
Oh yes, let's turn the Holy Kingdom into, Infernal or whatever.
I'm a fan. Um,
Okay, so this is gonna go out to 3 people actually.
okay.
One side is gonna go to the Princess of Eris that Porter slept with. Another one to a head priest of Joseph, and then the third one is going to the Asmodeus guy.
Oscar.
Yeah,
Ooh,
as a mediator.
a
and-
mediator. Okay.
Yeah, oh, as a outside neutral party, so nothing cookery happen.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
the names will be written down, but Keith has forgotten names, so
Yeah, sure,
boom.
sure.
And it'll
Like-
take as many sendings as it needs to.
Sure, you can send that out.
Oh.
I love it. All right. My Princess of Eris, High Priest of Joseph. I brought you here to kind of mediate and talk, and I have brought our mediator to help with that, the devil.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So
Yeah.
you will get some messages back. And
Yes.
in different time frames, I will say.
Yeah.
The one that probably comes first, just because it requires less deliberation, probably does come back from Oscar first. And it's very very pretty handwriting. As it comes back as a letter as well. Saying he'd be more than happy to mediate. He has still been requested to stay in the same inn that you found him in before. Though with the proper requests, he would be allowed to leave and mediate if you needed him to do so. Just to talk with the, in this case, the leaders of the city, which would be the monarchy, about that. What exactly is your letter to the other two, just so I understand? What do you tell them?
Fuck. It's gonna say, in a time, I gotta count this out. In a time full of chaos, fighting amongst ourselves doesn't seem wait, I gotta type this out. Just give me a minute.
That's fine. While you kind of think through what you want to tell them to try to solve this problem, I'll actually go to Clive because I haven't played with Clive in a hot minute. Okay, also, I need to figure out what he's doing.
Yeah, that's the real question.
That is the real question. So, the state of the war as it is right now for you, just so you know, you have managed to link up with the forces of the Prentice by this Leonin right here, as well as the Orcish forces from the Orgrim Forest. And your 3 have been laying siege for a very long time into this pass, fighting the forces of Grogaz the Merchant and the Carlos Estate as a whole. You definitely feel like you're gaining ground here. It's been kind of a hard fought push, but the Orcish forces are so good in like a close quarters situation where it's less people can fight, that it's been helping. just so I'm curious, or because I'm curious, I know that Vertanen did a decent job getting a lot of the tribes of the Southern Twin Spine together. The tribes of the Northern Twin Spine are a lot rougher. They are, some of them are cannibals, frankly. What would be Clive's thoughts on them? Because they're not immediately too much of a problem. I mean, you think if some of your people got lost out in the desert, maybe they wouldn't come back. But also, you guys have been good about getting the tribes on your side so far.
What information would I have on them in general?
That they're rough, but they are great warriors. The orcs praise them quite heavily, actually, because the orcs, attack them on occasion, and they attack back, and they kind of respect that. Orcs love a good fight, and you know that there are specifically 3 large tribes in this area. One of them probably is completely unreasonable, and resides kind of deep in the northern mountains, closer to the Carlos Estate areas. But there are 2 other tribes that are fairly large, honestly a lot larger than the ones in the south, that you could talk to potentially, but, risky. If you would even want to.
If we're progressing well with the forces that we have now, then I wouldn't really worry about it.
Leave it be. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Rayla, for her part, is with you, helping train people up and fight on occasion. She's pretty chill. She's, as chill as Rayla is normally. Eventually, you get word that Deep Shade is taken by your guys' team, specifically by the Paladin. So you hear about that stuff. Yeah.
We're in the midst of battle, correct?
Yeah, it kind of comes and goes, right, in waves. Like, you fight for a while, and then everyone gets fatigued, and you back off, and you repeat the process.
Would there have been a battle after when I got notified that we took Deep Shade?
Probably so. Yeah. I mean, eventually that would have been, definitely.
Is there a spell that can amplify my voice? Like, just make it louder?
Yeah, tons. There's tons of magic that can do so.
Thaumaturgy or something like that.
I don't think it's thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy, you can throw your voice, I'm fairly certain. I don't think it amplifies your voice, though.
Mm-hmm. You could amplify it. I would say there'd be magic you could do it if you wanted to try. What do you want to do?
So, in the next battle, after when I heard that we took Deep Shade, I want to both rally our troops, but at the same time intimidate the enemy forces by telling them, we took Deep Shade, and now we're going to take these enemies' lives next.
Okay, so you want to try to be a charismatic leader. Not really something that Clive normally does. I like it. I actually like that a lot. It speaks to me that he's been in this role for
I'm gonna have to reload roll 20 because holy shit, it is so laggy.
That's fine. You got a +4 to this roll, friendo.
I will roll it once I'm back in because I'm gonna watch it through not Google Chrome.
Hell yeah. Yeah, also Clive needs like 2 levels.
Does he? Oh
yeah.
Shit.
Okay. In case it matters, you actually should have an additional proficiency in this. So +5 instead of +4.
What is my password? Oh no.
Oh, now what have you done? No. Alright.
Hey, I got it.
I require your assistance. Followers of yours disrupting the peace and Eris. We need to unite.
Should I level up right now or should I just roll first? That way I can just keep it going.
You just keep going for now.
Okay.
I'll also add 1 onto it because that's all it's gonna be.
I also have no clue where Clive is. What? There's so many things.
There are so many things. He is under Team Calamity. He is the Well, I was gonna say he's fifth one down, but you maybe not for you.
Yeah, he's third for me. So just a straight charisma check, or can I
Yeah.
do intimidation?
Oh, you can do intimidation for this. Add a lot.
Cool.
Just add +1 on top of the 4, so 5. All right. Yeah, you shout this. And there are some roars of approval, especially from like the orcish people nearby. It doesn't seem to have the great like morale breaking effect that maybe you hope for it to do. These forces of Grogaz, as much as you would hate to admit it, they're bitter fighters. They really do not want to give you this area, and you have fought them for freaking weeks, trying to take this area. And as you maybe come back one day from another fight, I think it's perhaps Rayla who sits down beside you one day and just says, "You know, I like fighting as much as the next guy, but I really wish these guys would fucking quit."
We're about 1 or 2 battles away from just ending them. But I do agree, this is being long drawn out.
Yeah, I'm losing a lot of people. Like they're losing more, but it's rough. But hey, if we did take Deep Shade, like they said, and we're about to choke them out here.
Yeah, soon it'll be a pincer. Or they'll have to focus their troops somewhere else and they won't have enough to actually deal with us anymore. We can just keep pressing on without a worry, thankfully.
You heard anything about that dragon?
Derek, have I heard anything about the dragon? I don't think I have.
No, not really. It's been quiet.
Okay. um. No, I haven't heard anything about the dragon. It does concern me though, because if we're pushing up, then soon will be their time to take over Dersha soon enough.
She nods. And it's not too many days actually after this. This conversation that you have with Rayla, that you actually catch sight of Rayla arguing with a member of the Prentice forces, which is not uncommon. She argues with this chick a lot, specifically this person right here.
Yep.
But as they're arguing, you catch sight, like she catches eyes at you and actually motions you over, which is not normal. Normally she like doesn't want you to interrupt them arguing. So it's a bit abnormal. And even Blaze seems to quiet and cross her arms and look at you.
What do you need?
Rayla jerks her chin towards Blaze. These guys have been talking with the fucking enemies. What's up? And Blaze rolls her eyes a bit. And
What
she turns,
exactly?
Yeah.
Oh.
She turns to you. Rashad sent us somebody yesterday. He wants to talk to you.
To me? About what specifically?
I don't know, but we're winning, so I can guess. He's in our camp right now. Do you want me to go get him?
I don't really want to entertain it, but I am curious. So, yes, if you could get him.
They nod and make their way back. And Ray kind of just mutters under her breath. Said he was here most of the evening yesterday, and I didn't hear shit about it. Did you?
I didn't hear anything about it.
I know the apprentices are on our team, but are on our side, but keep so many fucking secrets. I don't trust the money grubbers.
Yeah, I don't trust it either. They've had an entire day to talk with them at this point.
Yeah, who knows what deals they made.
Yeah. I'll have a talk with Blaze after this, but for now, we'll keep it on the down low and we'll see what they want. If it's beneficial to us, then I'll talk to Britannian about it, but if not, then we'll just keep pressing onward.
She nods. Saying you're kind of like fully on her side of this argument. She kind of nods in approval, and she'll make her way up. And indeed, there's a man who is brought. Where do you receive him? Out of curiosity, you're kind of in control of the situation a little bit.
So hold on. Firstly, I'm supposed to be level 14, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Let me double check.
13, I think.
13. So 1 level.
Okay, 1 level. Let me do that real fast because I don't know what I get. I don't think it's that much, but
You get a +1 to proficiency.
at level 13?
4 to 5.
I don't think I do.
Pretty sure you do.
I get an upgrade to brutal critical though. But that's all I get. Yeah, that's all I get.
Have you leveled up?
Yep.
What's your
I'm level 13.
Yeah, what's your proficiency now?
Proficiency is 5.
So it should be.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see. I thought you meant like I leveled up my stats.
No.
Okay, never mind then.
You're good. So where do you receive this guy?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Where do you receive this guy? Sorry, I talk fast.
Where do I receive him?
Yeah, you like. Where do you want? Like, they're gonna go get him and bring him to you. Where do you want them to bring him? You guys are in the situation where you're not being brought places. You're bringing people places.
I'll bring him to like a secluded area that like can have doors be closed, but nothing that has like any information at all in the room.
Like a war tent.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Clive would take a seat preemptively before they would get there and then have him be directed in.
Sure. And eventually in does walk a man. It's a man I believe you've seen before. And it may be a man you guys have actually killed once before. I can't remember. You see this guy.
Doesn't ring any bells.
You fought him during Bertan's trial under the tree.
Oh, he just has a different profile picture.
Same one. He's one of the guys who like tried to assassinate you guys while you were unconscious.
Yeah.
But he gives a kind of a small bow here. Good to finally talk to you, Commander. It's nice to see your camp. It's rather large. I approve.
You can skip the pleasantries.
But why? They're half the fun.
Well, they're not fun to me. Now explain what you want, why you're here.
All right. He sits down. He kind of arms up in like a gesture of peace. And he will sit down kind of lazily. He keeps a friendly smile on his face.
Does he have any weapons on him?
No, the princesses would have taken his.
Okay.
So the princesses probably have his weapon. But he just kind of smiles at you a bit. I have come on behalf of my lord, the Lord of Dorsha, Rana Marshad. He seeks an audience with your Vertanen, but it's hard to reach him.
And why exactly would we You humor this. What exactly does he want to wish or talk about?
What everyone wants in this area, peace at the end of the day.
He wishes for everyone to have peace at the end of the day. And in doing so, his version of peace is killing Vertanen before he becomes the king of Dersha.
No, not exactly. We tried that, it didn't work. He says it as like a joke and like keeps a smile on his face. But I am aware, and as is he, that things are going to shift sooner rather than later.
I mean, they're
But-
going to shift in our favor.
Maybe. Or maybe you're going to kill the Carless, and then the dragon comes and kills you from behind. Or maybe he comes and kills us, takes Dersha, and then you can't ever take it. Things are going to change, though. But if we talk it through, we can control how that changes.
But you're willing to talk about it because it will change in your favor, not
Oh.
ours.
Potentially both. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. This isn't me coming begging for your assistance, but it's definitely something I believe that we could both work out. As does Rada, or else he wouldn't have sent me.
Alright? Explain your plan. But
It's not my plan. I'm not the planner. I'll be very honest with you. Again, just keeps this easy smile on his face as he talks to you.
But beforehand, you've been here for how long already?
About a day.
Who exactly have you been speaking to for the past day?
The apprentices, I told them I wanted to speak with you. And they told me to wait. So I did.
Is that all they've told you?
You're worried that your friends will turn on you and help me.
No, I'm not really worried about that. The Carlos estate has pissed off the apprentices for long enough. I'm not really worried about that. What I am kind of concerned about is that they've struck a deal with you that works in their favor. That's the only reason why they wouldn't tell me immediately about it. So I'd like to know if they've struck any deal with you.
I'll tell you this. No, they have not. However, you would never believe me anyway. So what was the point of the question?
Insight check.
Sure.
10.
Let me roll for him. He's a warrior, he's not. I mean, he's got a little bit of charisma.
The roll, please.
14.
Bleh.
It's just a straight charisma. So he's it's infuriating. Like he looks just calm. He doesn't look worried, but he doesn't look aggressive either. He looks like he's enjoying himself.
Alright, you have a couple of minutes to explain what exactly Radamashad wants to talk to Vertanen about, and how it...
Do we lose him? I don't have a couple minutes anymore. He's gone.
He's gone.
And Keith, I imagine.
No, it was Val.
Oh, there we go.
I lost my couple of minutes there, Val. But
Hello?
hello.
Oh,
Was that me that disconnected,
Yeah,
or...?
that's-
yeah.
It was you.
Oh, that's wild. So, did you hear what I said, or no?
Yeah, roughly, yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple minutes to explain it, right?
Yeah.
I can give you the rough pitch, though I don't know, or I can't negotiate the specifics, right? The Carless family, you have too many connections and want to destroy. We have no issues with this. Do so, and do so quickly. Then we both turn our attention and destroy the dragon. You can keep Vedikesh if you like, or we can even have a joint control over it. You leave Dersha to us. We form a united council. the war ends.
Is that all?
It's the rough gist, yes. You unleashed the dragon. Not you specifically, but you know what I mean. We want to put it back. Or better yet, we want to get rid of it. They have been a nuisance for a very long time. A threat for a very long time. It's a good question, Kara. You also don't know necessarily what it's referencing.
So, firstly, you're willing to have joint connections within Dersha, but you'll allow us to do as we please with everywhere else. You just mainly want control of Dersha, which I
Dersha
assume.
and the lands that we have ruled in the past, yes. Which is Dersha and the small villages and cities on the sheltered coast and areas that have all long been Rashad territory. We will not operate as an independent kingdom, but as part of a council.
How exactly does Radamashad want to speak with Britannin?
Well, he
In
would have preferred.
person?
He would have preferred in person. Yes, he's very. He kind of thinks of the word. He does not like to speak in letters.
I would
Depending
have
on-
to speak.
Go ahead.
I cannot speak on Vertanin's half. That's not something that I'm able to do.
Nor can
However,
I speak on Radas, so I understand.
so something that I will say though is, I personally believe he will not accept this.
Mm.
The only way that he would accept speaking to him in person is if it's on his own grounds, away from his allies, away from his safety.
But you'd have to admit that'd be one hell of a risk. Obviously, someone might try to kill you or kill us. That's what I mean.
It's almost as if we're in part of war, so almost as if his life is already at risk.
Perhaps in neutral territory.
No. That won't be good enough. That'll be putting us at risk.
But you're already at risk. Same as us. It's almost as if it's a war, no? He grins again.
Clive will start unleashing his he'll rage, and in doing so the black mist comes out behind him.
Sure.
I will not risk Vertanin's life. That is not something that I'm willing to do, even if it's slightly in our favor. I don't care. I want it to be boldly in our favor. And that being Rodham Rashad coming in talking himself in our territory. That's the only way we'll humor this. We have an advantage. That I know. We're pressing ground. Oh.
So sorry, I'm interrupting you. Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
We're pressing ground and you guys are getting scared. That's why you're here. Your sharp tongue is falling on deaf ears. I'm not worried about it. Again, I can't speak for Vertanin, but this is my own condition, is that he comes and meet us on our grounds.
Yeah, roll me a persuasion check. I know you're trying to scare him, but this you'll have more luck with persuasion. 12. Okay. I'll talk with Rada. I don't know if he'll agree. He says, kind of standing casually. And to your point, if we didn't have concerns. You're right, I would not be here. We would be meeting on the battlefield, but we both would prefer it. But we are not so helpless and desperate that we are begging you for assistance, by any means. We see an opportunity to move things in both our favors, with less blood spilled.
I mean, I'm willing to bet that it's somehow still in your favor more so than ours.
Well, that's the job for the diplomats, no? Not you or me.
We're done talking about this.
I think so.
If Vertan agrees to meeting, then he'll send out a message to Radimer Shan somehow, some way. Regardless, I'm gonna employ that it'll be on our terms. What I mentioned before, where he meets up with us in our territory, not in any neutral ground or in his.
He thinks it over for a minute and shrugs. I'll pass it along.
If I see you again, I'm going to kill you.
He grins. Maybe. Wouldn't be a bad way to go. Huh?
There is no maybe about it. And he'll like gesture him to like leave.
He looks a little disappointed. But he will nod his head and exit.
Just for my own sake, these blue dots that are next to people, those are our troops, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, that's what I thought. And then the green dots are
Last known locations of enemies, yeah.
okay. And then purple dots is Dersha Empire.
Yep. But you know they have one force that's kind of behind, which is not great. But also you don't know where the heck the dragon and his people are.
I would have somebody escort him out,
Sure.
and then I would call in Captain Blaze.
Sure. She comes in.
So when exactly were you about to tell me that there was a messenger?
She crosses her arms. I was in the middle of telling your lieutenant. She just took it badly.
A messenger from Rodimer Shad takes a little more precedent, don't you think? I would think that you would talk to me directly, regardless. Rayla knows her stuff, but regardless, it's my decision. I'm the commander here.
Let me roll something for her. She's like Rayla. She's got to roll wisdom saves when she's angry. Hold on.
Not angry, defensive.
A little bit. She keeps her gaze kind of cool for now. I just assumed that it would be efficient to tell your lieutenant who could tell you herself. I meant no disrespect.
Have you talked to him at all? Or has
Briefly.
anyone talked to him?
Our commander did. You know, it's the Leonin.
What have they talked to him about?
I imagine similar things to what you did. What he's doing here, what he wants, etc.
I'd like to ask you to call them in here, please.
She, again, keeps her eyes kind of steely, but come on. Yeah, and she'll...
I'd also like you to ask for a spellcaster to come in here as well.
She nods. Who did you ask for at the end there?
A spellcaster specifically that can use
spellcaster.
Zone of Truth.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, they can bring one in.
Cool.
It is apprentice spellcaster that they get because it's their forces. But it's her, and then like a woman comes in, and then followed by where is my boy? Where is my boy? Where is my boy? Actually, the seriousness. I'll have to look for him. But yeah, their commander comes in, followed by a smaller mage, and this Leonin comes in, kind of scarred eye, looks sick to you. What do you go by the way? Do you go like by Commander Clyde? Do you go by your last name, Commander Aegis?
Probably just by Commander Clive.
Commander Clive. Then yeah, that's what he does. He speaks in a low rumble. Commander Clive, I heard you wanted to speak with me.
Yes, I heard that you talked to Rod Mashad's envoy, his messenger.
We did.
I look over to the spellcaster and ask him the cast Stone of Truth, and then look back at the commander.
The spellcaster's eyes go a bit wide. He looks over to his the commander, who raises an eyebrow a little bit at you and like tilts his head.
I
You're
want
fine.
to ensure that there was no deal struck between you two.
You
It's
think we
for-
would turn on you?
It's not a matter of turning. It's a matter of keeping Radam Rashad safe.
We have no interest in Madam Rashad. We've been attacking these people with you for weeks.
Then there should be no issue with the Zone of Truth. If you want, I can write out the questions beforehand before you answer them.
That will not be necessary. It is a simple thing of trust, and I do not appreciate. But he nods over to the wizard and gives him a nod. Who will do so? If you want to resist it, you have to roll a saving throw as well.
I'm not gonna roll.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he just kind of glares at you. This commander does.
Firstly, I'd like to apologize. I'm just taking my precautions, is all.
Are you actually sorry?
Yes. I want to deem that I do have respect for you and your troops for helping us. That is something that I do deeply apologize for. However, I want to make sure that all my allies are safe. In doing so, I hope you would respect my decision in return.
I understand it. Trust is hard to come by. I thought we had earned it. So, you'll forgive me if I do take some offense.
That's perfectly fine, and I understand. You all have held him here for a day now. I just want to know what exactly he's talked to you about.
He mentioned that he wanted to talk to you about something for Radha Murshad. I assume some sort of agreement, or at best case a surrender, but probably not. He didn't go into details too much.
That's all you guys have talked about.
I threatened him a bit.
I'll laugh at that. Good, he deserves it.
He seemed unfazed.
Yeah, he kind of has a coy smile about him, but
I hate
Good
people
on-
that have that.
me as well. One more question, and then I'm done. How do you feel about his deal in general?
I don't know it.
Oh,
If anything, maybe that helps Clive like confirm that he's not lying to you in any way.
Yeah.
He keeps pretty consistent.
How do you feel about the war going on? Are you worried about anything?
There are still a lot of variables. Things are going well for us now, but our flank is somewhat exposed.
That is true. Clive will look at the spellcaster. You can drop the zone of truth now. Thank you.
He does.
Again, my apologies for questioning you like that. I just had to be certain. Do you have any ideas for how to deal with the flank? We're a little bit of a far ways away, but
No, we are locked into this strategy now. For the moment, we have to hope that we chose correctly.
I believe that we did. We've taken Deep Shade. It'll only be a certain amount of time before we start pressing the advantage and we attack them on both ends.
He nods.
Do you have any questions for me?
I noticed that you only asked that after the zone of truth comes down. He says afterwards, kind of a little bit of a smile on his face.
If you want, we can put it back up, but
No, I would not tax my wizard that way. Besides, I trust you.
I'm sorry again. I just have people that I need to protect, and I know you're the same, but
I am. I will let this one slide.
I appreciate it.
If you ask me to do this again, I will assume you do not trust me. Do you understand?
I won't ask it again. You have my word.
Good. And this big cat turns and leaves.
Cool.
Fun stuff for Clive. Kahara.
Yes, it's me. I'm
Um,
here.
Oh, yes, go
Sorry.
ahead. Yeah, what's up?
Um,
One last thing.
I know that you wanted to talk to me and Kat both about stuff that happened. I
Yes.
don't know if you've talked to Kat at all,
A little
but
bit.
would Vertanen have any message for me or no?
Not that I am aware of at this time.
Okay.
I know he's concerned about the dragon. It is something that you get from Vertanen.
Okay. If there's nothing else, then
Sure.
that's it.
Okay. Now, Kahara. You have had, you've had your day where you helped out the cleric of Merkel and her friend. It's the next day from that day. Out of curiosity, is there anything or anyone you'd want to go talk to?
In Varangard.
Could be anywhere. I mean, you got abilities to go places.
I know. I'm just thinking.
If you want to continue down that quest line, so to speak, you could go talk to them today as well.
Yeah, I was gonna go. I definitely want to go check on them. I would like to talk to Speak Snow Lies as well to get an update on the investigation.
Sure. Which investigation specifically? 'Cause-
How the slaves are getting to the Shadowfell.
Right.
Because maybe Gahara goes on a field trip to take care of some slavers.
Good. Yeah. Time to find Speaks No Lies. Where is Speaks No Lies?
I don't know, because he's not.
He's hiding.
He's hiding. He's not in Varengard, I don't think.
He's not anywhere that I can find him.
What's going on?
Looking for a certain character, speaks no lies.
Oh, gotcha.
He's missing. Yeah, you could go try to talk to him about that. He does have a few different leads on that front, I would say. Here's my big cat. He thinks it's a few different places, I'll say. He thinks it's very likely that either the Carlus family, but maybe even like the Marshad family, is engaging in that activity a little bit to kind of bolster their coffers for the war, right? It's also possible that, Undermountain is participating in that a bit.
Which one does he think is more likely?
More likely,
Mm-hmm.
let me also confirm. It's here in Varengard. He doesn't know.
Oh, wow.
He's so close to the source. He's not sure. He thinks it could be any of those three. He's gotten not a great lead. It could be a mixture.
Okay. Anything else weird going on that I could probably help with?
Weird things going on that you could probably help with, like in Varengard specifically. Oh. Nothing huge. Varengard's the most stable of the places right now. I would say, one thing you've definitely picked up on is that conditions in Ziggurat have been kind of rough as of late.
Well,
I mean, it's not, big news because Vanguard's also kind of like, you get what you pay for. Like,
you reap what you sow, bitches.
you reap what you sow. Yeah, a little bit. I would say there's definitely talk that, like, trade between the Free Wind Coast and Free Light has been a lot more profitable as of late. I'm just giving you rumors and stuff. A lot more ships have been going to and fro, in part because of something that some of like the prototypes of Lily's vessels that can keep things more secure have been kind of tested in those areas in recent days.
Oh, good.
Some small pirates have been dealt with. Other things. Eris is in full lockdown mode, but Porter somehow got in.
When he says that, she just kind of is like, "Are you really that surprised?
Yeah.
Like, really? You've met him."
Yeah, he can get in. He can get in anywhere, any place. Any other big rumors? Cassie Lockett's looking for a new representative to go and be her kind of delegate from place to place because Veronica doesn't do it anymore.
I need to do a composure check.
Sure.
Let's just check.
This is just me giving you the rumors. But yeah.
I'd say it's pretty straight face.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of the shroud?
Where is the rest of the shroud? Ever a great question. Raven kind of keeps an eye on you guys probably more than you like, at least at your house. I mean, it's nice because you feel like you've got a dedicated sniper, but also she's not entirely on your team, right?
Can we start sending her like a sandwich every day?
You can.
We should. Kihara will do that somehow.
She appreciates the peace
she'll,
offer.
she'll start getting food every day.
Yeah, that's cool. She likes that. As for the boys, the Drow boys, you're not really super duper sure. John has not been seen in a good while.
Oh no, how terrible.
Whistle, you've perhaps seen Whistle once or twice with the captain, whose name's escaping me right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then the super duper creepy one you've not seen since.
Duco?
Yeah, Duco has not been seen in Varengard and Hotman.
Okay.
So you don't know where the boys are, for the most part.
Alright. Time to go visit Cleric of Burkle, who doesn't like me, and her girlfriend, who likes me, but feels like she shouldn't like me. You know, as one
She was
does.
unconscious last time you saw her for the most part. So yeah, you go and check the inn where you kind of put them up in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They're not like in the main area. If you go to the room that they got, even as you get close to the room, I think Gahara definitely feels a sense of uneasiness a bit. Just get outside the door, just like you feel a little uncomfortable.
Oh boy.
But the door is shut.
I knock.
You knock on the door. That feeling of discomfort grows a little bit as you feel something approach. And as you do, the door opens, and you see the opening the door, this woman, who does not recognize you. Kind of looks you up and down.
Is she
Kinda
wearing
curious.
the necklace that I made for her?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hi,
Can I-
Lara.
And she immediately goes on guard, but you hear a voice from within. That's the priest. Let him in. She kind of gives you a once over, but nods and opens the door a bit.
How are you feeling?
Better. A good bit better.
Are you having weird urges to just hide in the shadows all the time?
She gives a half smirk. I mean, yeah, but I do that. I've always done that a little bit.
I look over at Annabelle. I don't know if she told you. I didn't get rid of everything.
I can tell. I appreciate it anyway. Seriously. I could tell I wasn't doing very well. And the Merkle priest, Annabelle, in the corner, who also still looks pretty tired, kind of glares up, just in general, at the two of you. No, you definitely were not doing very well. Yeah. But thanks.
Where exactly did this happen?
She kind of looks back to Annabelle, who kind of just gives a hand like she doesn't care. Freelight, we were... I assume she told me she told a good bit of it. You're tracking down a vampire worship Shar, or worked with Shar or something.
Oh yeah, that asshole. Ugh.
You guys know Devault, or you know Devault?
Yes, and I have a couple friends that just really want to kill him. So I'm gonna help them.
Cool. Yutash is just trying to get a read on you a little bit.
My name's Kahara, by the way. I am a cleric of Saluna.
Nice to meet you. She holds out her hand to shake yours.
Yeah, I
Um,
will shake it and then.
It's uncomfortable.
Yep.
Like in your core, you don't like it. And you can definitely tell like she clocks it as well for like herself. But schools her face. Okay, well, if you've got problems with the guy, that's good news because we didn't quite finish him.
Do you know where
Kinda.
his hideout is or was?
Know where it was. I doubt he's still there after whatever we did on him.
Where was it?
A bit south of Freelight. He had a cave, the way to put it. I mean, it was more than a cave. It was more of like a... Like, she kind of like... Her eyes roll up to the top of her head and she kind of thinks of a good way to explain it. Closer to like a crypt.
That is so... That's such a stereotype. Ugh, this is why I hate Devault. It can't even be original.
He's never been, from what I know anyway. He's usually went for theatrics though, and that he didn't disappoint on. He's a monologuer, which was good for us.
So, tell me more about this device that you touched.
It was like so we weren't quite sure. It was a bit of an anchor. At least that's what we think. Something anchoring Shar's influence from the Shadowfell here. We think he was trying to draw on that a bit, and we were trying to deal with it. For different reasons. She kind of looks to Annabelle. Miracle hasn't forgiven Devault for his past transgressions. And I'm not a big fan of Shar, personally. So, bit of a tag team there. But hey, if you're not a huge fan of Shar either, which I doubt you are, or Default, then that's like a double whammy for you if you want to check it out yourselves. We think we took it out, right? She kind of looks back at Annabelle. It was broken when we left. Whatever was in it went in you, but we broke it.
I may check it out. Maybe you can come with me. I can get back to Freelight very quickly.
You kind of simultaneously, you hear two responses. You hear a no from Annabelle, and you hear sure from Laura. They kind of stare for a minute at each other. Annabelle kind of rolls her eyes, and Laura turns back to you. Yeah, I can come look with you. I'll come as well.
Oh, okay, good. Who is still in Varengard with me?
Allie.
No, she
Technically
can't come.
Veronica and Jasper.
Where's Avarin?
Avarin is over in Dershowitz. You could
Oh.
call him. He's normally just on bodyguard duty.
No.
I mean, Regulus talks to him a lot.
This would be a we're leaving right now thing.
Fair enough.
So I'll ask Veronica through Ascending Stone, I guess. Like, hey, so have a lead on Devault, and some allies. Don't judge. Do you and Jasper wanna come?
Yeah, I think he'd like that. I'm not going to judge your friends. Who are your friends?
Remember that blonde cleric of Merkel?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll explain more.
Yeah?
We're coming
Okay.
back to the mansion.
You're taking her to... Okay.
Well, right outside the mansion. Meet us outside the mansion. Be like, okay, so I have some friends that are gonna come along. You've met them before. It's fine. Let's go.
I've met a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, valid friends. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go do that.
As soon as
yeah,
I see Veronica, I'm like, so here's the situation.
She looks past you towards the two with you a little bit, like,
I'm trying to
You-
avoid a confrontation right now.
you're working with a death cleric.
So here's the thing. She came to me because her friend there touched something belonging to Shar and then kind of weirdly became possessed by it. Oh, by the way, Devault is he made a deal with Shar.
Oh.
Or something. So, like, this is definitely a kill multiple birds with one stone situation.
Yeah. Do you know if he's there? Devault?
We know where his last hideout was. But he was last seen in Freelight. I don't see how he could not stay in the area, because he can't go back to Undermountain. And Varengard is keeping an eye, and Dersha is just a war-torn area, so he might be able to go there. And Eris, just no. I don't know much about the forests of Serduin, but who knows?
So, okay, that's good to know. And look, I'm happy to go with you here. And Jasper's got some stuff he wants to look into Devault anyway. Just a reminder, that cleric had a weird thing with the girl, and works with Brendan in some capacity, and I'm still not sure what that whole thing's about. How friendly are we with this chick?
I'm not friendly with her. I'm friendly with her. I point at Alara.
She gives an awkward half wave.
And Annabelle cares about her, which means, at least in this instance, we're on the same side. We also kind of need to fix her. She's still broken. I say that quietly. So, she was possessed by something weird. Every time I tried to touch her, I would be in the presence of Shar. It was weird. I was able to get rid of it, mostly.
Okay, so we keep an eye out in case she tries to murder us too?
Yes. She'll probably try to murder me.
I'm gonna let Lily know we're coming to Freelight.
Okay.
she gets away from me for a minute and is gonna send a message to Lily. To meet. Hey, Gahara, Jasper, and some friends are headed to Freelight to look in on some stuff. Do you want to come?
Yeah, sure. I'm just welding.
This is mental. You don't have to yell. You see her wince, Gahara, as Lily mentally yells these words through the welding. Okay, we'll be there shortly. How dangerous are we feeling this is going to be? Should I get some people? I can get some people.
I don't know yet, because is he really stupid enough not to move after his sanctuary was invaded? Is he that stupid? Sometimes I wonder.
Maybe. He ticked her off. She's got emotions back to Annabelle, who looks just malevolently bored, right? Just bored, but it feels ominous. She's gonna make herself unbored if you guys don't get moving.
Maybe? I don't know yet. It's hard to say.
I'll check in on some people.
But once we're ready, I could just poof us.
You can just poof us?
Yeah.
That's great, actually. Okay, cool. So please, yeah, she's gonna message. I think she will message Varn as well, because he's the only other one that I think will make sense. Because Clouds of War, Varn kind of comes and goes. He's a bodyguard. So yeah, she'll message you, Varn, and just ask, "Hey, are you busy at this moment?" And this, Varn, is the day where you realize there's a necromancer in the basement.
Wait, I thought that we were just that was just the one dude.
Yeah, there was
the actual physical necromancer.
Yeah, there's a guy behind a door. This is the day that you learn about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get a message from Veronica just asking, "Hey, are you busy today?"
So very casual. That's when you know it's serious.
Yeah, that's kind of like Veronica's calling call. It's just like, hey, what you doing?
What was the guy's name, Derek? The big bad.
I don't know that you ever got like the necromancer or like the god.
Yeah,
God,
'cause we talked a bunch about like who's like this temple used to be and stuff. I don't know if that
It
was
used to be
actually in
Vecna's.
game.
Um,
Yeah,
but you don't know. I think the guy who's in there. I don't think you ever got his name.
gotcha. But there was ideas that it would be something
Vecna
under
priest.
Vecna.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'd probably message Veronica with a discovering secrets about Vecna. And you?
Discovering secrets about Shar.
Basically. Gonna go look in on the shrine thing. Maybe find Baron DeVolt. Are you free?
Do I feel like we're gonna be able to do anything about this I don't feel like I can
No.
do much about this
No, I
necromancer
mean the
thing.
wizard's
This
kind of
is-
the wizard, like who's got all this knowledge on this thing, is kind of stumped. So you don't really know what to do here.
I'd like to put into the sending. There's like a time period where he's just like looking at
Yeah,
this
back and
man,
forth.
but
Yeah.
I'm just not saying anything yet, and you hear that somehow in the sending, and then he just goes, "No, I think I got some time."
I'll come pick you up. Where are you at?
I'm in
Deep shade.
your buddy's old tower.
You in Agathorn's tower?
Yeah, we're in the bottom of it. There is apparently something buried deep down there we need to unlock.
All right, I'll come pick you up.
See you in a minute.
And she will. She is going to try to teleport there.
She has to have
Will she
something.
succeed?
Has to have
From
something
there?
from there.
Only trauma.
That can
Deep
count.
memories, that counts.
No. Here we go. 64. I think that's okay. Teleport. Think casually. Yeah, on target. We're good.
She has
Uh,
not seen that place casually.
The tower?
Yeah, she's been there.
Yeah, that I would say that's like she's not very familiar with it. So I would say I would go down to see casually. So yeah, she pops in above.
Did she bring us with her?
Do
Like,
you
I
wanna
feel
go?
like because then I can just poof us straight to.
Yeah, that would actually be the smarter way to do it. Oh, except we gotta bring the market priest and the shard person.
Why don't you pop us outside of the tower and then he can come out?
Okay. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, so you pop outside the tower. And
Just
as you
for
do,
your information, I would be heading to the place where we teleported in. So if there's any new
Yeah.
information after that, I'm not outside yet.
fair enough. As you guys appear outside, the guards immediately like freak out a little bit and like go to attention, and Veronica's like, "We're friends, we're friends, we're friends," like just trying to calm people.
That's exactly what an enemy would say.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they don't immediately put off guard because you're also traveling with Annabelle, who is not making it any better. Just kind of grins at the weapons they point. Alara kind of keeps hands up passively and nudges Annabelle to like chill the fuck out.
We're just waiting. Avard's coming.
Yeah, they'll be out in just a minute. Yeah, they don't let down their guard. Varn, I
Maybe
imagine you
somebody
eventually come out.
sends for me at some point, or somebody
Yeah.
walks up to me saying there's
Eventually.
somebody here to see you.
Yeah, it takes a second because there's a bit of a miscommunication if you like are waiting for them to come to you and then they're waiting for you to come to them. Somebody has to like eventually go and run and try to find you. Like it takes a few minutes.
He
and,
just
yeah,
gets up from his chair and he walks down.
sure. In the meantime, Gahara, you definitely notice. It almost is like it takes like a breath in of this place and just place is interesting.
Yeah?
It's definitely not an enemy. Well, no, she would say. An enemy of ours. I feel it's familiar.
In a bad way?
She shrugs.
Annabelle, you're very confusing sometimes.
Alara nods. It's intentional.
Okay, I was just making sure. Like, it's fine, I guess, if you're going for that.
I just don't like to give my hand away.
I look at Alara for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Annabelle's eyes kind of narrow, but she didn't say anything. And Varn, you come out, and you do indeed find Veronica, Kahara, Jasper, and the priestess of Merkel, and some other person you've never met.
Avarin!
Hmm.
You remember Annabelle? This is Alara, her much nicer friend.
Just
Hi.
for my personal knowledge, I know how to respond to this. Where are these people from? I know I've seen Alara's
Yeah.
portrait
They're
They, we ran across.
Alara you've never met, but Annabelle you met in Undermountain.
Yeah,
she was the yeah.
she like tested Brennan.
Yeah.
And we got I got bad
Brennan.
vibes off of her because she did something
Oh,
where
she was the weird one.
yeah,
Yeah.
she brought Merkel's attention to Gahara and to Zaya.
Yeah, the girl, the
Gotcha.
child.
So I'm not a super big fan of her.
Yeah,
No,
none
like-
of us are huge fans.
Merkel and the Raven Queen are not huge friends either.
And then Alara's the new one, but then everyone else is pretty much a friend.
Yeah,
the girl's
so
fine.
what happens is she introduces. She's yeah. So I met Alara yesterday.
Hi.
Weird shit. You know, she touched something that belonged to Shar, and then like became like this weird conduit. And Shar's mad at me, but you know that's kind of par for the course. I think as any cleric of Saluna would be not on Shar's favorite people list.
That's why I sought you out.
What?
So,
Oh.
that's Annabelle says, that's why I sought you out. I figured that you would probably want to get a dig in there.
I mean, no, getting a dig in isn't really my goal. Helping people is. If a dig happens, then that's just a side bonus.
Whatever you say.
I do.
Starting to notice a lot of our stories start off with somebody touched something.
Yeah.
Someone's
Yeah.
gonna make something happen. Lyra says, kind of just shrugging.
You know, we can't even judge. Our friend Lily, she picks things up all the time, and like half of the time they're cursed, so we can't even say anything in this party.
Man, I'm just here to shoot the things that come out.
Josh never
That's
changed.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to Freelight because that's apparently where all of this went down. Yeah, we'll get to you, Porter.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna pick up Lily, and then we're gonna go look at this.
So
Really? It's down in the forest of the Ceridwen, right?
it's
Yeah.
south of Freelight down here. So just a heads up to you and you. We're going to the Temple of Saluna in Freelight, and if you start like feeling really hot, just run for the door, please.
I'm not going to catch fire in your temple.
Not you.
I might.
You only because she thinks you have a nice ass. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm pretty hot.
on
so.
that, she just grabs everybody
Yeah.
and we go.
Sure. How do you get over?
The meme continues, I love it.
What spell do you use to get him over?
The word of recall.
Okay. So you word of recall into the temple and free light. And you do. You enter in. It is peaceful. It is no longer a mess by any means. They've actually done a lot to rebuild this place. In the time that things have been calming down.
Mhm.
You see a few familiar faces. You see, going to my free light pictures. Where's your girl?
I think I would make do. I know Lee is not here, but I would make Dew Point to kind of tell her everything that's going on with the Vecna stuff.
Sure.
Because I know that's very important to her character's stuff.
Yep.
So there's like a wizard down there? Just stuck?
Yeah, no fucking clue what it is, but whatever it is, it's very close to Vecna.
Well, I can't wait to go back and deal with that. And
Yeah,
she clearly can wait to go back
Yeah.
and deal with that.
That's a
Yeah,
bold-faced
I kind of
lie.
feel the same way. It feels like we're gonna need a lot of people to deal with that in case something really bad happens.
Hi, Lorraine.
Yeah, you say hi. And Lorraine comes up to you with her kind of wooden staff here. All right, it's good to see you. You also see, do see your little girl, your friend, who you've rescued, whose name's escaping me. Who's again excited to see you, runs up, and Val kind of just looks over this whole scene with a little bit of distaste, I think, and says, "I'll go wait outside for you," which is polite enough as she leaves. And Alara probably follows. I feel like Alara actually does look uncomfortable. And the two of them leave for a moment as Lorraine kind of looks over you. It's good to have you back in the city. Is everything all right?
Yeah, so we got word that Baron DeVault from Undermountain may have set up shop south of the city and has made some sort of deal or whatever with Shar, so I thought that was probably something we should look into. So I'm gonna go do that after I pick up Lily.
Her eyes go a bit hard. You remember her and DeVault have some history.
Yeah. And you are certainly welcome to join. You don't have to, but I'm not going to say no to more sort
Not
of...
unless you need me. If you would prefer me there, that's fine. I've had enough of him for a lifetime.
No, you don't have to. I was just, if you want to, you certainly can. But I'm going to go grab Lily and... oh, quick question. So I described the weird possession of Alara to her, and I say, and this is what I did, and it worked sort of, and then I gave her a moonstone necklace that I kind of imbued with, holiness. It's sort of doing the job, but she still has something that I couldn't get rid of.
Let me roll something for Lorraine.
Lorraine's here.
Yeah, Lorraine is here, indeed. Lorraine is the
She watches
kind of
the
head of
temple.
this temple right now. Yep.
She's like in charge.
Yes.
Oh, Derek, did I burst into flames?
You did not. You're good.
That's
Queen, the we don't have like hate for each other like other gods do. Where is it? Countryside. For the characters in the city. Where'd she go? I had Lorraine. There she is. Lorraine, history check. Where is my girl? Actually, it'd probably be religion, which is still not great for her.
Redo.
Actually, +6. She's really high level. I forgot. No. She kind of shakes her head. I'm afraid I'm not familiar. Shar was never something that I really had to contend with myself too much. I met one of her champions once, but we didn't come to blows. He would have liked to, but I had my duty and he had his, and we parted ways as amicably as possible.
Okay. I will. I mean, obviously, if you're too busy, that's fine. But if you could maybe ask anyone you might know that might know anything about that, because I don't want. I mean, honestly, I'm a little worried just because I was legitimately talking to Char. I was in her presence, and any kind of curse that can do that can put a lot of Selûnites in danger.
It could, and that's a very personal connection.
I know. Trust me, I'm trying not to think about it too hard.
Be wary of that one. Yeah, she looks a little more nervous.
So
Or concerned. Maybe not nervous, but concerned. You head out to go find Lily. Veronica knows where Lily lives right now. So Veronica will head over to Lily's, where Lily is currently welding something. Or is she done welding when she
We
gets
were in
the
the Temple of Shah, right?
Temple Free?
Selûne.
No, Temple of Selûne.
Where's the
Is
other?
Is it working hours there? Because I'd be working.
It would probably be working hours normally for you.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
also
I'd probably
something
be
I
like,
wanted to do, but we can do that after Josh's thing.
sure, I'd be at some. I'd probably be working somewhere. I don't know if I'm welding per se, but I'm definitely working somewhere.
Okay, sounds good.
Maybe
Then you can tell me. Do you think you'd be at the docks, or do you think you would be in your workshop? Where do you think you'd be?
Let's roll a D2. 2 for the docks, 1 for the workshop.
I like the idea.
We'll be at the workshops.
At the workshop.
We'll be at the workshop today. Yeah, sure. We'll say I'm working on something.
Okay, sounds good.
So Leah confirmed that Jasper should be here for sure.
Yeah, I got it. So, you guys head to the workshop where you hear sounds of construction. The 5, I think it's 5. Or, I think it's supposed to, yeah. Head in. And you find Lily. Lily, you hear people enter. And you see Kahara, you see Veronica, and Var. That's, not too surprising. You see a girl that you do not recognize, and you see the Cleric of Merkel.
Oh God, I gotta give my friends a hug because it's it's customary to give your friends a hug.
Sure.
Who's the girl I don't recognize? Because there's a lot open here right now.
Name's Alara.
Yeah, I introduce everybody. So this is Alara, and you remember Annabelle.
Lara will shake your hand if you'll shake hers, just like pleasure.
Sure.
And Annabelle just kind of smiles at you. I remember you.
I remember you two. You were pleasant.
She giggles a bit in a way that is not pleasant.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
Anyway, so here's the situation. And she explains, like, I got pulled away from. It probably wasn't a spa day, but she'll say, I got pulled away from some R&R, and Alara was not doing good. She had been cursed or something after touching something to do with Shar. Devolt is, like, working with Shar for some reason. And that's how it happened, is, like, they were fucking around with Devolt, and then Alara touched something, and now she has this weird aura. She almost said, for your reference, Derek, she almost said gunk. this weird aura of still some of Char's influence. So we're gonna go figure out what that was, and we're also going to figure out what the fuck Devault's plan is to see if we can in his hideout that they found south of the city. Wanna come?
Do we need like authority to go there? Or can we just go?
We can just go. Apparently,
Oh,
it's
let's
just
go.
a crypt.
We can just
Oh.
go.
Oh yeah. Let's just go. I don't see
Yeah.
why not.
Can we also talk about how unoriginal Devault is because he's a vampire that put his hideout in a crypt?
I thought the like modern thing was the mansion. I
I
feel like
thought
the
so
mansion was
too. Like, look at Undermountain. All those vampires have mansions.
the.
He did have one. Annabelle says, just smirks.
In
Undermountain.
Undermountain, but now, like, why go straight for a crypt? You know?
Well, they take time to build and they're very noticeable. It would have made my life easier if he had picked a mansion.
Let's go.
Right,
Yep.
anyway.
Onward.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, you guys head out.
I feel like I keep not shooting looks at Annabelle, but I just kind of keep glancing at her.
Yeah, sure. You glance every once in a while, and like by the third time you do, like it's clear she's picked up on it and just stares back at you.
Oh my god.
I just
Hey,
like pull. I pull Lily to my other side. Be like, stop it. She's helping
Okay.
us for now.
Okay.
Alara kind of whispers something to Annabelle, who rolls her eyes and gives a slight laugh. Feels a little harsh, but she stops staring at you.
Fine. This is fine. That's all Lily's thinking. This is fine. This is okay.
Sure. You guys head.
Everyone started staring at her.
You guys head south. Before we get to that, Porter, back to you for just a minute. You wait for some replies,
Yeah.
and eventually they do come. You get a message from the princess, who messages you back and says, "My brother can't come to any sort of meeting, but I can. So I think I figured out I know where your camp is. I'll come by." Something along those lines. And then you get a more formal message from the high priest of Joseph from the Temple of the Triumvirate. Who says, "This is Kalambor, Master of Law. I have an hour set aside for such a meeting. I will be there promptly. I would ask that you respect my time as I will respect yours."
Oh, wait, that was a message or thing?
Yeah, that was a message for you.
Okay. I'll say, that's fine. I'm just also working on a mediator to oversee everything. Someone who's third party to all this as well.
He messaged first. He said he could be there if you get permission for him to leave the place, or you could have him meet at the inn. But that might be hard for a princess and a master of law.
Yeah. Yeah. Who did I need permission from again? I need the royal family, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's easy, actually. Okay. Yeah, then I'll message the prince. Say, okay, so we
The
just
prince?
need a
The
princess.
Okay.
The one who's joining.
Yeah. There's no prince anymore. There's just the king and the princess. But yeah.
Thank you for coming. I just need a third party representative who's not a part of any of this to attend. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, they have my permission to come.
Hell yeah. She's so dumb.
She doesn't think you're gonna fuck her over.
It's okay.
Why are you calling her dumb?
Because
the fuck
I
is
feel
wrong with you?
because I feel ill and everyone should feel the same.
Everyone should feel ill.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you're gonna arrange this.
Yeah.
You let him know that he's got permission.
Yes.
All right.
It was from the royal family,
It was. And it counts.
and it counts.
Okay. Yeah, Oscar will let you know that he will be there.
Cool. And I will say to everyone, please be on your best behavior.
Sure. So they arrive one day. We're gonna roll see who arrives first. I guess it's just if the honestly it's probably the princess who arrives first. Let's see. Yeah, princess arrives first. She's in nice armor, I would say. Persephone. As she comes back, she's still missing an eye, I believe. As she had it fucking plucked out by the monk boy.
Wait, when was that?
During the battle with under the tree.
Oh yeah.
So she kind of comes up here, looking at the camp and smiles to you and shakes your hand. You've been busy.
Yeah, I try not to be, but here I am.
Yeah, me too, but that's how things are these days. Surprised to
Uh-huh.
see you in. I was surprised to hear you were in the Dynasty. You were, well, I know what you get up to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just there is bigger problems in the world than, a eventual civil war here, so here to mediate it.
You found someone from the temple who was willing to talk to us?
Yeah, and a third party
Okay.
to mediate it as well.
Alright, well, who'd you get from the temple?
I state his name.
Kallenborg?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, this will be real fun then. Okay.
Why is he stubborn?
Oh my god. No pun intended.
Huh.
And indeed, right on the hour, Kallenborg arrives.
Why does
A
he
white-
look familiar?
A white dragonborn, a little bit older now, who
Oh, I know who that
strides
is.
in. Who strides in with a small retinue, 2 or 3 guards that look more paladin-y to keep him safe. And he nods to you, nods to the princess, who just kind of coldly she didn't cross her arms. She's a little political, so she will acknowledge the greeting.
Hello, everyone. We're just waiting on one more guest.
You're a mediator, I take it. I was under the impression that we would respect each other's time. I've arrived exactly on time, and I do not see him. And give him a minute. He'll probably is just running a minute behind. We do not have minutes to spare these days. And eventually, you do see kind of just casually walking into the camp, dressed in a very nice suit. You see Oscar making his way in with what looks to be like a small, almost like a clipboard type thing. Several pens. And as he makes his way up, you see the cleric of Joseph curse and like back away, get in defensive position as the paladin's going to protect him, and even like Persephone's eyes go a bit wide as she backs up and goes to like draw a blade, and he holds up a hand.
I hold up my hand as well.
I mean, you no harm. Well, I'm surprised that you seem to be so shocked. I believe I was here to help facilitate a meeting. And both parties look to you, Porter, like shocked and like, what the fuck?
Well, it's come to my attention that it would be better if you had someone who sees both sides and someone who both don't like. as a mediator.
You,
So-
you hear Calimbor hiss, but this is not someone who sees both sides. This is somebody who sees his side, hellish side. He would see this country burn. You want him to negotiate for us? Him to mediate?
The only thing I see right now is him sitting in a tavern while he watches you guys burn each other.
Well put. And Persephone kind of looks and seems to kind of
Now, as
put two and two
agreed,
together.
Yeah. Now, as agreed, we are here to talk, and for the next, what is it, 59 minutes and 40 seconds that that we still have left of your time, we are going to figure out how we can better sort out because right now I am needed elsewhere, and I cannot have this whole city just fall because I took a footstep out of it. It should not fall under my. It should not fall while I'm away, whatever reason. It shouldn't fall to me to keep it afloat either. This is between the church and the royal family.
Calimbor kind of speaks up. We at the church have offered your people sanctuary in the past, and Persephone speaks, and it's not your place to do so anymore. And that is what we're here to discuss. Oscar says, a slight smile on his face a bit, and both just turn and glare at him.
You know, Oscar, I think it was a very good idea to bring you here.
I'm glad to hear you think so. I certainly hope we can be productive here.
Oh,
I understand. He says, looking to both of them. I have no desire to see Eris fall these days either. There are bigger problems afoot than whether your temple holds this place for another 25 years or another 5 or another 2 months. I'm not really that concerned. And likewise, monarchies, they go. But in this moment, I can help you try to keep it going as long as possible. And again, they just both glare. Like, neither of them like this man at all. Now, he sits down. May we proceed? What is your goal here, Porter? What do you want them to come to? What sort of agreement are you trying to get?
Now I do. I forgot to mention this, but I do want this publicized, like recorded and publicized at some point. Because everyone should know what's happening. These types of meetings, especially since Eris may or may not be in country anymore.
It's very much still a country.
It's falling apart. It's
Something kind of glares at you. It is under a time of struggle, as is everywhere in the world, but we will emerge from this fine. Calimbor kind of just coolly says, on this, we agree.
see, you guys can agree on something. Now let's talk. Okay, so what I want to get out of this is, I know everyone wants their own thing.
Yes, they do.
What does the royal family want exactly?
The royal family would like, honestly, just to like for you to have them let people like troops come in and like help you hold this place. They would like to partner up in that way. The Church of Eris, or the Temple of the Triumvirate, kind of already makes the claim that most of these people are followers of one of the gods, one way or another. Let them put up like shrines to one of the gods or another in this place, probably most of them, and that will assuage any sort of problems with the angels. They'll see it as kind of a sign of pacification in a way, or not maybe not pacification, but as a sign of like respect, and they won't be so aggressive. They'll know that this isn't a place to harm. But they would like to have both would like to gain ground here.
Hmm. Oh, that's okay. So they both just want to be a part of what I'm doing here, essentially.
I'm hearing that they both want to win.
Yeah, they
Uh,
both want to win.
oh.
But the way they're definitely approaching this is like, let us be the party that helps here, so that like we've gained like a foothold here in a way, right? They're they're the ones who are helping run the refugee area, and so it looks better for them, and plus they have just more influence. That's where it's just kind of coming from a little bit.
Okay.
They definitely do get into like pettier squabbles over time. With Kalendor very much saying, we've been assisting in Eris's security since this country was founded, since it was Eris and not the Fey Crown Dynasty, as your family saw fit to rename it. And Persephone kind of says coolly, yes, you have assisted in our protection, and under your church's watch, several sword saints have killed multiple of our kings and queens and princes, including my oldest brother. And they just glare. And Calibur will just reply, and she was punished for it. I take no responsibility for those actions, neither does the church. And it's going back and forth. It's devolving. You're gonna have to steer this some way if you want this to go anywhere. With Persephone making the case, the crown is coming into its own, finally. We're not shackled the same way. We don't hate the temple, Kellenborg, but we are tired of having it rule from the shadows, or if you could even call it that. There's still a place for it here, but it's not to rule it, to govern it. That is our job. And in turns to you, Porter, we would like to assist in doing that here and where people need assistance and throughout the dynasty. Calibor just says stoically, the Fake Crown family is a respected one, and we have no hatred for it. However, when left to its own devices, it has not always been the most structurally sound form of governance. One leader or another may be benevolent, but the next is not. We provide the stability this country needs.
Have you talked to people?
Always. We have our
No,
flags.
Have you talked to the people, not your followers? Have you talked to people who live here, who farm here, who wake up every morning doing their job? Have you talked to them personally?
Those are our followers, he says, kind of just putting a finger on the table. Ariel protects the farmer, helps nurture the family. Joseph is the great protector of the dynasty, always has been, and Bishop guides our fates. It is because of those three this country has flourished. It is because of their church this country has flourished. It is because of the people's belief this place has flourished.
I'm going to show you guys something right now, and I am going to cast major image.
Sure.
Badoo.
What are you trying to do?
I'm going to just play out the scene of what I saw over at in Dersha about the whole replay of me talking to was it Joseph down there before he died? I forget who it was. I think it was Joseph. I know Bishop's an old guy.
Potentially.
It's
yeah.
Joseph that died. But did we
Yeah.
witness that, or did we just know?
Hey, I don't think you witnessed Joseph die.
No, but Joseph was there whenever he was sitting south of Thersha, north of Mortonbroom,
Oh,
holding
that's
off.
no, that's Torm. That's Torm.
That's Torm? Okay.
And he didn't die.
No, okay.
He's looking like an old guy, but he's still fine.
Okay, that's. But still, I'm gonna play like a complete replay of what the conversation I had with Torm and the and then all the shadow stuff that I saw, and just shoot all the images out of like everything that's coming out of Mortonbroom right now. And he's gonna say, do you guys know what's happening around the world as well?
Persephone quietly says, "We've talked about it, you and I. I know a bit about what's in Mortonbroom. More now." And Calimbor just says stoically, "We have been aware that there have been issues.
Wait, do we know Joseph died? No?
It's kind of coming. Yeah, I mean, his clerics have been really fucked up, like depowered. Paladins, a lot of their magic is gone. And his angels are freaking out. So something really bad has happened. It's not the church's official position he's dead, but like they know something's up.
And would everyone feel it, or just the cleric and the angels and the
Just
paladins, I guess?
the holy people would feel it. Maybe some wizards that are on that sort of thing.
Okay. This is what true fight is at. This is where I am needed. I cannot be here to stop all your squabbling and everything. So I'm proposing something.
Oscar's just been quiet, writing. What is your proposition?
If I were to let you both take over, both equally, both equally, 50, straight down the middle, 50%, what would you do with that? Because right now, although the apprentice name is on this building, it's if you look around, and I'm going to show a lot of people who are not from Dersha, who's actually part of the city, who's keeping this place afloat.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do for them?
What we have always done. We protect our flock, which is this country.
Well, something has to change, because all you're protecting didn't do shit whenever everything went down, and then this happened. Something has to change. And what would that be? And Persephone, what would you do?
I can't speak for my brother directly, but we'd place guards here. We would secure it. Whatever aid that we can provide as far as foodstuffs goes, we would provide. And Calimbor says, we heal the sick. We provide food easily. We, with our gifts, can make it. Faith provides.
And as we saw in the last couple of months, faith also falls easily. Your angels that we've seen are, especially for Joseph, they're kind of,
That's not to mention your rogue one in the Shadowfell. Oscar just adds out of nowhere, and Calimbor just glares at him. Unless you're trying to insinuate he's not rogue, but I assume that you're not.
Who is he talking about again? I'm sorry.
You don't really know.
Oh.
You've heard like a name mentioned, of like a shadow, like an angel in the Shadowfell, who like everyone told you to stay away from, when you guys were there, and you guys did. So I'm trying to find him so I can show you.
Politics is hard, guys.
Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. Doing good. I'm having trouble finding it. But yeah, he kind of glares for a moment. Might I propose something? Oscar says, just innocently. You say that these shrines of your gods can pacify your angels. Put them up. Your people will worship them if they are indeed the followers, so you shouldn't have to do too much more on that front. And you and the monarchy provide the troops. I imagine with Joseph gone, he looks back to Kalambor, who neither confirms nor denies, your paladins are stretched rather thin these days. So protection is not in your best interest. It's not worth the influence you would spend. Send your clerics if you like. That would be my recommendation to you. It wards off the angels and provides the necessary security. Of course, that would require you to work together, as Mr. Prentice here has requested. At least in this area. And they're quiet. And eventually, as they just kind of stare at each other for a minute, Oscar offers, I could write up a contract for the two of you if you like. And
I think that would be me. I think I would be doing that one, bud.
If you so wish. I just think they would find mine more binding.
Yeah, no, we need... I mean...
Calibor says that will not be necessary. We keep to our word.
Yeah, I mean, it's either my contract or yours, but it's up to them, actually. Same exact wording, just different people.
I'm not signing anything that devil says.
Oh, I guess it's mine.
If you so wish.
Are you in agreement?
Roll me a persuasion check, Porter.
Cool.
That's it.
Do I have any cool thing? Do I have any cool things I can do for the...
You have all of your fuckery.
I do.
That's very cool.
Where we roll.
There's any advantage or anything like that?
No. This is a you thing at the end of the day.
Oh, well, it's been a very long time since I looked at his sheet. Give me one sec. I forgot what he had.
You're good.
I mean, Shatter seems pretty fun.
I just shattered the table.
Yeah. Cider out.
It's the magic version of flipping the table.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Fuck it. Persuasion.
Mhm.
22. And hold on. Is it this one? Oh. Boom. One more roll. Boom. Even better. Plus this. 29.
Cool. As you kind of pour your powers of persuasion into this,
We are good. Holy shit.
very good.
Holy fuck. We're good.
If you're trying to do like your wild magic, it'd be a d20 by the way, not a d100.
Oh.
Remember, it goes up by 1 each time.
Oh, okay. Let me bring that
It's-
dude. Well.
Porter,
Yeah.
Keith, I feel
You
so
go to-
sorry for you sometimes.
I've
The,
heard-
the, the
It
agreement,
starts at
you know,
0, right?
no, yeah.
It starts at 1.
Yeah.
And I was at
The
2.
agreement, you know, is starting to be signed. You know, people are starting to shake hands. Then you feel the
Hey.
surge of magic, and
Hey Oscar, can you cover me for a sec?
I used my drunken inspiration.
yeah, you're trying to get inspiration.
Hey Oscar, I'm about to explode. Can you cover me for a sec?
Roll me a d100 or Frank, quick friend. Let's see it. See what happens. 72.
1 sec. Let me find
Please, not the fireball.
that. Oh, we're good. I gain resistance to all damage for the next minute. I can't be assassinated.
It's good. Because even though you like convinced them to sign this, both are kind of not happy with you for bringing Oscar along. But they agree. They will agree to kind of work together in this area for the moment. A sort of ceasefire for here while you are away. Oscar will say, well, if that is everything, and it appears to be, I appreciate you, Mr. Porter, for looking to me for assistance in this matter. I hope I was helpful. Lord Kellenbor, Princess Faker, a pleasure. And he will walk out of here. Kellenbor glares once at you and then once at Persephone, and he and his people will teleport out of here.
Just kidding.
Yeah, no. Leaving you and Persephone for a moment.
Work with the peasants, you walk with the peasants, bitch.
Why didn't you tell me you wanted Oscar to be the mediator?
Would you have agreed if I said his name?
No.
Exactly why. You both hate him.
He couldn't leave that place until we gave him permission, Porter. That was the agreement between us and him.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Yeah,
No, Derek, this is for you. What? Wait, when did that happen? Hold on.
that's why he's always been in that inn. It kept people
Oh.
calm. Like he agreed to stay in the inn, and like it was an agreement that he came to peacefully with like the angels and like the crown. He needed permission to leave. And that counted.
Whoa.
So
Oh no.
so he's fucking loose now. I don't know what he wants to do. Maybe nothing. Maybe a lot. But we didn't need that fucking chaos, Porter. I know you like that, but we didn't need that right now. I appreciate what you did here. But God, I hope he doesn't do anything.
Oh shit. I didn't think that. I'll,
It's fine.
no, I'll talk to him real quick.
Good luck. I have to get back to my brother.
Oh. Okay. Good. Sorry.
Yeah, she will leave.
Can I talk to you, Shepherd?
You've been trying to for a good while. But you know, he like actually like left the eye and has like been wandering, for lack of better words. But you could try to reach out again.
Yeah, I will.
What do you say?
There are some interesting developments happening over in Eris. I would like for you to watch over 2 sides for me if you can.
Roll me a D100.
Oh, God. Higher, better, or lower? Better.
Higher's better.
Give me a solid 86. 73.
You're
Wow.
moving up in the row. There is an answer this time. Affirmative. I'm looking over many things. This world is strange, but full of life.
Keep in touch, will ya? Gets lonely a little bit.
There's no response.
That son of a bitch. Now that all that's settled, where the fuck do I go now?
It's up to you. We'll come back to that in a minute. Clive, you
Hello.
had a day. You talked to a few people. You kind of are finishing out the evening with Rayla around a campfire. As there are many around this place.
Hmm.
Okay, talking casually. And you feel kind of the wind shift a little bit. And you actually see Rayla's eyes go a bit wide for a second. She goes to stand up and you just hear her go, fuck. And you feel a presence land or sit far beside you. And you see a face you've not seen in a hot minute. You see your brother.
Aww. Okay.
And he sits, arms kind of, or hands kind of clasped. Beautiful night.
That it is. What brings you this way, Hotch?
Honestly, checking in on you. It's been a minute. I've been away,
Away where?
all over. I know you understand that.
More or less, I do. Anything fun, I guess?
Lots. I was in Freelight for a while. But recently, I've been in Dersha. And I met
You've
the
been-
most... Why?
You've been
still-
here while there's war going on?
Oh, I don't mean the country. I was in the capital.
Yeah, even more so. I
That's
thought they would have locked their citizens up or told people to keep off the streets or something.
Oh, 1 second. My headset just died on me. Let me reconnect it. There we go. I'm back. He says to what you said about the citizens. No, they don't lock their people up. Not all of them, anyway. There's still enough people moving around that I can move without much hassle. You know, there's a lot of interesting people in Dersha these days. Thought you might want to hear about it.
To find interesting people.
An
I mean,
old
there's a
friend of
couple of people.
yours.
An old friend of mine. What do you mean?
I mean, a certain old wizard that you might have a grudge with.
He's there?
He is. He's not.
Is he talking with them?
He's talking with a number of people. I don't know what his motives are. But yes, I've seen him talk to some of Marshad's, if that's what you're asking. Whether he's directly in league with them, I don't know.
Clive would begin the rage.
Yeah, as you kind of saw him that, he kind of grins a bit. And Rayla, uncharacteristically perhaps, as she's normally prone to anger herself, just tells you, like, Clive, calm down. Calm the fuck down. She looks at Hutch. Have you been talking to him? I had a conversation with him. It wasn't long.
I'm certain that he's interested in you regardless, since you're an animate-type vampire.
Absolutely. But he couldn't control me directly, so that was good.
So why exactly are you here?
I'm
I
doing you a
assume it's not
favor.
to join us.
No. But it was to look out for you. That's what I try to do. That's what I've always tried to do. I know you want this man gone. So I'm telling you where he is.
Are you willing to help me with it?
Maybe
You're
if
just gonna
the
sit back and watch?
Maybe. Depends on how things go. I've got a few people I'm looking into as well. I've got my own life these days too, brother. But I must say, you're making quite a name for yourself.
I know I am. And that's why
Commander.
I'd like to have as many allies as I can by my side. Especially if it's you, brother. But I understand if you don't want to take a part in this war, but if you're really looking out for me, then I would really appreciate the hand when it comes to him. I'd owe you a favor. That's for
Yeah.
damn certain.
Is that manipulation? That would be a new skill for you if it is. He grins along with that. We'll see. In truth, I'd like you to leave and go be happy somewhere else, somewhere quiet.
No.
With
That's
me,
never gonna happen.
preferably.
I'm happy where I am. And I'll be happy with the things I'm about to do. The accomplishments we're about to have. I just hope that everything goes our way. And with your information, I'm at least a little bit more informed on what's happening. I can't deny I'm a little bit worried, but I appreciate the information nonetheless. Is there anything?
Mhm.
Is there anything you would want in return for the information? Feel bad just leaving you out to dry.
No, don't worry. I'm not that worried about that. But I will say this. I told you in the past, I worry that Vertanen is going to get you killed one day. Whether he knows he's going to do it or not. I still believe that. You're trying to make a difference here. I understand. But our mother's gone. The threats to us are gone. You don't have to stay here. We don't have to stay here. I've tried to get that through to you a little bit. But
I mean, that's through to me. I know they're gone. But the Carlos estate is not. Not fully yet. Until they are, I'm not fully satisfied. It wasn't our mother that was fully at fault. It was the place that we were born in, the place where we were raised. The place where she had to adapt to be. It's a curse. Being born there. And I want to eradicate that curse the best way I can.
you want to burn it to the ground?
That's one way to deal with it. It's more like putting it into different power. People who aren't as greedy. People who I at least can trust. People who I know will do it right.
Suit yourself, Clive. But a word of warning. Anyone who thinks they can be king of a country or wants to be is greedy on some level. And he will get up Rayla will glare at him and he'll return it a bit. And he will move away from the fire. And you won't keep him in eyesight for very long.
Take care, Hutch. Could stay
Thanks.
around if you would like, but as you said, you're your own man. You're busy. So I don't want to keep you.
Yeah, he doesn't stay around. Very few people can sneak up on me. Rayla says, just annoyed. I know he's your brother. I don't trust him.
Trust me when I say I get it. He hasn't been himself ever since he's been revived, so I fully get it. But I still hold on to that glimmer of hope that he'll be himself once more, but I get it, and I'm not expecting you to ever trust him.
Good.
But thank you for remaining wary. You're wonderful.
Oh. You too. You too. She actually looks to you. Do you want to burn it to the ground? I know you told him. Do you want to?
The Carlos estate?
Yeah.
No. Even though there's a lot of bad people there, there's a lot of good too. Me and Vertanen came from there. I like to think that there's more people like us. Bringing it to the ground won't do us any good. Putting in different power and realizing that people can't get away with what they once did, then that hopefully will. If it matters to them, they'll change. That's what I'm counting on. But for now, war is all that will make a difference.
You're not. Then we'll give him more in the morning. Out of curiosity, Clive, I know you have a pact with Zariel. Do you use the weapon that you have from her? I can't remember.
I have before. I've used it once when Clive was raging after when father died.
Yeah, I'm just curious if you use it during these fights.
No, absolutely not. I know the contracts of my pack, so I would not.
Yeah. Okay. Lastly, one more round back to Freelight. You guys all head south. South of Freelight, with Annabelle and Alara leading the way to this crypt.
Eric, I had one thing I wanted to do first.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
How long is their trip in the Cathedral of the Saloon?
How long is the trip?
It was
Yeah, like how long are we
instantaneous.
actually in the building? I guess it should be my question.
Not
I don't think terribly long. Long enough for them to talk to the head priest a little bit, but I think that was about it.
yeah, we weren't. We need to go get. Like, my understanding is we'd already progressed to going to find Lily. Like, we were out.
Yeah, I know he said he wanted to do something before we left, but I kind of forgot. So if you wanted to do something in there real quick, that's fine.
Yeah, I think Varn will take a second to kind of step away from the group, and well, I guess first I'd have to look around. What does it like kind of look like in
In the
this
temple?
temple?
So there is on this main level, there is a lot of pews that have been added that are new to this place. There's a glass stained window that looks out over the water to the north. There are statues of the Moonweaver in both in like the main center of the chamber and just smaller iconography around the place. There is a lower floor that has the library and a lot of the housing for this place. That's about it.
I think he'd take a step away and for those, like, I don't know if he'd be super secretive about it. So like if they just saw him, he'd probably head down into the library.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. You could do so. There's one or two acolytes down here in the library itself, but they don't bother you.
I'm looking for a specific book to take out.
Okay. What sort of book?
Just a book on Selune.
Okay. Well, you're in the right place. Yeah, just roll an investigation check. It's like a intro to Selune.
9?
9. But then, yeah, you find like Selune for dummies in a sense, right? You
No,
find like
what happens is you look confused, and a 6-year-old acolyte's like, "Are you looking for something?"
Yeah, and it's like this is where you start. In the beginning, there was a moon. Like,
Where did
yeah,
the sun come
is that what
in?
you're looking for though? Is like a basic book on like?
Wait, is that canon, Derek, or is that?
Yeah, probably it could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I think Varn would kind of kneel down. It's like, oh, this is perfect. Is there any way you could help me find a book on Selune?
Yeah. What sort of book? Like
Just deep
big
lore
book, small book?
knowledge, what she believes in, kind of things like that.
Yeah, he'll find you a book of like. I think it's less of a book and more of like a smaller set of tenets, probably like the tenets of Seluna's worshippers. How to pray to Selune, her blessed people, stuff like that. It's very basic stuff. Like it's a how to get started guide in a way, right?
Yeah, I guess it'd be like more of like her ideals and lore would be
Yes.
the specific. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, you could get something like that though. No issues in like a temple of Selune.
And you just probably grab the book and just say, "Thank you, little one."
He bows very like magnanimously. He's like, "Of course," and then makes his way away with his head high.
And he'll just wander back to the group.
All right, so you have this, and you make your way south. The crypt is not elaborate on the outside. It is clearly meant to look like a small thing. But once you actually enter it, it is indeed large. And you find several rotting bodies at this point with wounds that look like they are from either Annabelle's sickle or small knife wounds. Some that look like they have like skin that has rotted away very fast. You see the work of Alara and Annabelle pretty firmly in this place. And eventually they lead you into a more central chamber where you definitely feel a lot more uncomfortable, Gohara. I mean, you feel it around Alara, but you feel it in this room as well. There is a shattered pitch black obelisk in the center of the chamber. There is iconography of Shar on the walls. There are runes and carvings. There is signs of a previous battle as there's rubble in a number of places. There's dried blood. There is a dais with a book that is open. There is there, yeah, there is an open coffin, not far from the shattered obelisk. And there are 3 pillars where there have been bodies that have been nailed into each one that were around the obelisk, which was clearly some sort of ritual that is done or stopped one way or another.
So, first things
Oh my God.
first, I take out my staff and I will use holy power to get rid of the iconography to the best of my ability.
Sure, you
I
can.
use disinfectant.
Yes. And then making sure that the sacrificed bodies are not going to send me to talk to
Yeah, no, none of them
Shar.
look like that type of like
I would
controlled.
like to take them down and give them burial rites.
Sure.
Um,
You absolutely can do so. You don't know the state of what their souls are at this point, but their bodies, at the very least, you treat with respect here.
I'm not
Mm.
very good at finding things. I'm gonna do this. Can you all look for clues?
Yeah,
I
I can do that.
I got you covered.
cast guidance on myself.
You can
I'm not there to look for clues, but I can play the Scooby Doo theme.
do it.
Oh, thanks, pal. Oh,
Veronica will look. Veronica say,
Very
"I'll
interesting
look."
Scooby Doo theme.
Alright, we're gonna get our.
It's 28 for Veronica.
I got a 15.
Nice.
Me, 13.
Okay. I'll roll for. Nah, she's not gonna be able to beat Veronica. So, yeah, I mean, you guys look around. The main things you definitely notice is like you didn't encounter too much Sharon stuff in the Shadowfell, really. You're aware of it, Avard. You're aware like to stay away from them because they're kind of freaky.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
But you, for the most part, stay away. And so it's interesting to see that much of it in this place. Veronica looks over the book on the dais. This is definitely a ritual book. Just kind of skimming through pages. Okay, this one definitely was for immortality. Seems kind of useless for a vampire. Youthfulness. This would maybe make more sense. And Annabelle kind of nods. Absolutely. I'm sure he's rather distraught about his new look. These are all more symptoms of the main ritual. Increased connection to Shar and her abilities. Direct connection to Shar. Just kind of going back and forth, trying to find like the beginning. Like this feels like a side effects include, right? Okay, here we go. And you see her breath kind of catch a little bit. Okay. Not excellent. Did he finish this? And Annabelle kind of sharply says, "No, he didn't. We interrupted him." And Alara nods. He started it definitely. He poured some of their essence into that obelisk before we were able to really intervene. And Annabelle kind of snarls a little bit. The big brute that he has with him kept me rather busy. And I got a good shot on him when he wasn't really expecting it, but obviously didn't finish him. He got the essence into the obelisk, though, right? As Veronica's kind of reading this book. Yes, he did. we were trying to find a way to dismantle it. Okay. How do you feel right now? Like, a little different, I guess. Not nearly as bad as I felt before. Okay. And yeah, I mean, you all have like seen Veronica like kind of want to like swerve around questions, I think, in the past, a few times now. But Annabelle kind of just speaks up. If you have something you would like to say, girl, now would be the time. This is a ritual that imbues someone to be a sort of a bridge or and again, Annabelle just like clear sentences, please.
She's trying. Be nicer.
I would prefer to get down to it. I don't need her to beat around the bush. An avatar, basically. That's what he was trying to make. An avatar. An avatar of Shar. Annabelle kind of curses a little bit. Well, how far did he get? Pretty close. What was left? He needed to touch the obelisk.
Oh.
And that's the last thing. Like, he didn't do that yet, right?
Alara did.
Annabelle's got a pretty pale face, but it definitely pales a little more. She stops berating Veronica a bit. Oh, Alara, eyes go a bit wide. Okay. So does that entail do I get like shadow powers or something? Kind of grins, but just clearly looks nervous. Well, I'm not sure, but I don't think it's worked as intended. Maybe perhaps because of what you did, Gahara. If so, you would definitely not be talking to us the same way right now. I'm shocked that Devault would try this. Maybe he thought that he could prepare himself against it. Maybe, I don't know. This is insane.
Can we...
And
Is that book all Sharan rituals?
yeah, it looks to be. I mean, it looks to be on this whole thing, this whole ritual, really.
We need to take that back.
Yeah, I think so.
Anything on where Devault is?
I didn't find anything now. Does it say how to undo it? Not really. It's not that sort of thing. Well, clearly it can be stopped and dealt with. Yeah. She's already dealt with it partially. So we just need to remove it entirely. I'm not sure that you can. And I'll just kind of eyes her coldly. Although a little... You maybe sense like the beginnings of a little bit of panic.
Okay, before let's all I'm just
We're
gonna
fine.
put it out there. We have done some pretty fucking amazing things. You know, we stopped Ko. We have stopped other things.
I'm nodding. Dragon.
Dragon. We killed Mordred the Storm. We took care of
Oh,
other
is
stuff.
that you guys?
Yeah.
Alara, like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I
And
heard about that.
she was about to say something about what happened at Eris. Was like other stuff.
Yeah. Okay. No, yeah, I mean, I feel fine. So she kind of looks to Annabelle to like kind of calm her a little bit, clearly picking up on the panic. I'm doing okay. I definitely don't feel like I'm gonna go all shadow person right now. So I'm not super sure what the avatar stuff means, but
Do you,
Um,
do you
it
do you feel hot? Are you burning up?
it kind
no,
of
more.
means that you're her manifestation on this prime plane. But
Well,
I'm a
that
need.
definitely didn't work because I mean I'm definitely not.
Uh, yeah. I need to talk to Saluna when we get back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Um. And Annabelle actually also says, I also need to confer with Michael. Um. If you want to look around this place, you can. Laura, we need to go.
Can you?
Uh,
Where are you going?
back to Free Light. I
Okay.
don't know where yet. Well, I'll let you know.
Thanks. Be safe.
Of course.
And let I start to say this to Annabelle, and then I look at Alara. If anything weird starts happening, come to me.
Yeah,
Find me.
I'll let you know. Yeah, sure.
And if you can't find her, find me, and then I'll find you. Either, just keep in touch.
Yeah, and Gahar, roll me an inside check.
I think the bird said this.
24.
Maybe Gahar finds this insulting. I don't know. Maybe she understands it. Annabelle walks behind um Alara on the way out, like she is guarding her from you, as if she suddenly believes that you might attack her.
I want it to be clear, if she has
Sure.
any insight, like if she has, there is like that thought
I mean,
never
yeah.
even crossed Gahara's mind.
I mean, what you also definitely get from her is like a bit of panic and a little bit of paranoia.
That's
Like
fine.
she's
If
clearly
she,
not thinking clearly,
yeah,
but also she recognizes the idea that like you might see her as a danger in this moment.
I just like if she ever takes a moment to even bother to think about it, it would be blatantly obvious that that never even crossed Gahara's
Sure,
mind.
sure. In this moment, it's just panic.
Yeah, when she thinks about it, she'd be like, "That even I could admit to myself that was dumb."
um, Laura's like concerned, but like is more processing. Doesn't actually seem as panicked, but maybe it's also not a lack of understanding.
Yeah.
Uh, Veronica looks at the rest of you who are left in this crypt. We may need to find Default.
Oh yeah, that is kind of unfortunately moved to the top of my list.
Holy shit! If I don't know that he can still do this. I mean, this looked like it took a while.
Well, we're gonna find him. I'm gonna cleanse this area. Um,
This is insane.
it is. How about this? Can you get that book back?
Yeah.
To the temple. Someone stay with me because I need to cleanse this area. This needs to be hallowed.
I stay with her.
How would you? I mean, how would you feel if I took this back to Varangard? I mean, I know for like the temple's probably safe, but everywhere's kind of chaos right now.
My only concern is that don't take this the wrong way. I have nothing against Varangard or whatever, but I don't trust the government to do what's right with this information. Just like I'm really uneasy with the fact that we don't know what happened to that big ass.
I'm not saying necessarily take it back to the government. I just mean back to our house.
I mean, sure. But as long as we can make sure that it's not gonna disappear, The reason I said the temple is, you know, we know how dangerous it is, so our high clerics, because there's more than just me and why did her name just escape me?
I mean, I don't have anything against it. It's
No, just for now, sure, but let Lorraine know.
sure.
I'm gonna stay here. The spell takes a while, so I need to make sure that this place is cleansed and hallowed. And all of these bodies are taken care of.
Lily and Avarin, do you guys do anything in this place? While they're talking?
I would actually ask Gahara if she needs help moving the bodies. I can use the robot dog to help with that.
Yes, that would be perfect. We'll find them a nice place outside of here and give them a nice burial.
I'd help her out with that. I'm not. Let me see something. This always inside look like not great. That's Russell. Russell.
Honestly, Derek, I think I'd probably keep looking around for a bit and use my
Sure.
history of what I know about Char to see if I can glean any more information out.
Yeah,
Sure.
Can I give him advantage on that on
You
any
may.
checks that he makes?
Yeah.
Well, I
So it'd
told
be investigation history or perception.
This is gonna be more perception, just looking around. Actually, like this is gonna be less digging.
21.
Okay.
Well, you have advantage because I'm
Sure.
Perception 13.
21.
So, looking around this place, this crypt feels like it's been here a good minute. So whether like they've all had this ready to go or you found it and used it, you're not entirely sure. The first means you put a lot more planning into this. Furthermore, you don't just like looking at the setup here. It's just you're not really a ritual person. But the way like this ritual would normally work, from like you would imagine, just kind of looking how this whole setup goes. One person probably is conducting the ritual, and like another person is like the person it's supposed to work on. It's kind of the way like the dais is set up. Like you imagine you can see someone like reading from this dais, and then somebody touches this obelisk that is now shattered. This feels like a two-person job.
And mention that to Gihara.
He does have that goon that Jasper hates, and Jasper makes noises to the side. So.
And can I roll a history check, Derek, to see if I can glean any more information?
Sure.
22, slightly better.
You know, Char's a god of loss, and like she offers like this balm. Like if you feel like life is unbearable, she takes that pain away from you, but she also kind of takes you away from you. She numbs the pain, but there's not much left. Like she leaves you a tool for her. She teaches basically that losing things and not clinging on to things makes you stronger. And you imagine she's kind of picky with her followers in some ways. Sometimes she picks them because she feels like they'd be useful. Sometimes she picks them because she feels that they already embody that. Sometimes she likes to just be cruel. But if this ritual worked, she probably wouldn't. If this ritual really did, hit Alara that way, you imagine that wasn't just because she raced there and got there first, or just happened to touch it accidentally, so it worked for her. Char, on some level, probably accepted it.
Hmm. She deemed Alara of some kind of value.
Yeah. Worthy in whatever way that she views that.
I'd kind of looked at Yara. I was like, I don't know how much extra help this is, but for some reason, Char does want Alara. I can't specifically tell, but
Is it because she touched the goblins?
that's part of it. But she would have had to have accepted Alara touching it. Just because anyone would touch it, it has to be someone of purpose. So there's some reason that Char willingly did this to her.
So
Mhm.
she kind of like sighs. Like, gods are. Gods have favorites. That's just how it be. And
Very familiar.
Yes, me.
I think, and this could just, this is pure conjecture, sometimes they have favorites even before you have taken up the mantle. And that might be part of it. So she's known of Alara, whether it's because Alara may have some kind of magic inside her that is unique, or maybe she has ancestors who are powerful Sharans, or maybe she has ancestors who are powerful Selûnites. It would definitely be Shar's MO to do that sort of thing too. Or it could be that she's close to Merkel's favorite. I would bet money that Annabelle is one of Merkel's favorites. Any of those things can be true. Because being able to control another favorite is definitely a powerful bargaining chip. You know?
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier to go for somebody who's a lot weaker that you can
So
pull around to.
it could be any number of reasons. It could be just be she likes redheads. I don't know.
A good reason.
It's not the worst reason.
You
But-
gods have a taste.
But she is powerful, not in the same way Annabelle and I are powerful, but she is powerful. I mean, she kind of waves. Some of this is her work.
Honestly, you feel probably like Alara's skill set is close to yours. You carry yourself the same way,
She's an assassin.
or at least a rogue of some kind. She's got like straight kid vibes.
Hmm. I might get to know her on the way back.
But I can't even begin to fathom. I'm gonna have to ask Selûne some questions if I can commune in a way that is more than yes or no.
All right.
I'm sure
gonna
you'll
try-
be able to figure out a way.
Are you trying to commune right now out of curiosity?
No, I've got to cleanse this
Okay.
area.
Fair enough.
One thing
You
at a
can do
time.
You can do so. I will say this. This area definitely felt like it was filled with foul Sharan magic. Most of it has dissipated, but you kind of sweep up the remainder here. And just cleanse this area for the future. And it returns to what it was before whatever Sharan... I mean, you know the Sharan ritual that was supposed to take place here just quietly. Really for as involved as you guys get in everything, this would have been a really big deal that just happened quietly. I don't know, just something to think about as the world continues to move, always.
Yeah. The question becomes, I almost feel like we need to hunt down DeVault. Like we have to. Because this could be a real problem if he tries again. As we're walking back after the cleansing, like we may need to. I know Vertanen wanted us to come back to Dersha, but this may need to take priority.
Out of curiosity, am I here for this conversation or am I delivering the book?
I thought Veronica was taking
Veronica's
the
got the book. Yeah.
I thought
Veronica-
everyone else, it was just Kihara and Lily were the only ones that stayed behind.
Well, it sounded
And-
like you stayed behind too.
I thought you did too.
Yeah, I thought you were
Mhm.
with us.
I mean, I would, definitely. It
Yeah.
seemed like you only wanted the one person. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just do my last
Well-
little search and then I'll head out.
No, anyone can stay. She didn't just say one person. She just said the book needs to get out of here, get secured.
Hmm.
So I think we may need to regroup in Freelight and hunt down DeVault because this could be a problem. If they're trying to make avatars, we can't let that happen.
Do you think I should let Fiona know?
Yeah. It's a security thing for Freelight.
And you bring up an interesting word, maybe that pops into your head. You say they, not just, Shar. You wonder if any other gods, like, panicked doing this.
Fuck!
Like, maybe they know stuff that's going on, right? And
Okay.
Morton Bruin, maybe this is a panic thing. Maybe it's a
Yeah.
calculation thing.
Yeah, so I will say once we get back to Freelight, I'm gonna try and I'll ask Veronica, can you connect me with Seluna via dream? Is that something that spell can do?
Oh, you see her just like.
I mean,
no. You see her go from no way to maybe to I don't know. Like it's just you see the mage in action for a minute.
yeah, she's just like, well, I probably could have a real conversation if I went back to the tree, but I don't want to go back to the tree right now. But I feel like I need more than yes or no questions. Because a thought occurred to me. Maybe Shar isn't the only one making avatars.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, I mean that'd be really hard. Like.
What?
Maybe.
Because of what's going on in Martinbrum.
Oh.
Yeah, we need to find a vault. I need to talk to Seluna. Like, actually talk. I know she's probably busy, but I do need to talk.
I have never tried to cast a dream on a god.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're
it was a wild thought.
It's like do you wonder are they ever awake or are they always asleep? Are they both? Maybe.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like nightmare fuel.
Right? Yeah. No, I'm definitely going through that
I'd
part.
never
of my head,
want
too.
to appear in God's dreams. That's
Yeah, I don't know what they dream of.
The amount of
Like,
things that they know, and oh god.
Like in theory, I would be able to set that, right? I'd be able to set what the dreamscape is. However, we're kind of breaking boundaries there.
Yeah. Okay. How about I'll start with.
Okay.
I really need you to contact me so we can have.
Yeah, you should
I'll
maybe
commune with
initiate that
her.
contact.
And
Yeah.
be like, hey, can we talk like real talk?
Part of me really does want to try it. However, part of me is a little terrified.
Yeah, don't do that. It's
Hey, look.
I was just a wild thought because I just want to
Like,
fix
what
the
if their
problem.
dreams are What if their dream's like a really long time, and like we're just
What
like
if
in it
their
for a
minds are
really
like
long time?
Feywild?
Yeah, what if it takes forever to come out? I
The
don't know.
things you would see in there would be
Insane.
What if
Yeah.
what if they just have like a negative thought and we explode?
I've heard that that happens. There's a legend about somebody pissing off this really, like, frog-looking god, and they just disappeared from existence. I think her name was Vlaakith.
You know what? Why don't we all go into the dream at the same time?
I'm good. I don't need
Yeah.
that answer. I am so good. I will happily set that one out.
Yeah, I like to try new things. I'm good too.
Are you
Right.
sure?
If you want, if you really think we should try it, I could be convinced.
Let me commune first, and I'll just ask if she'd
Yeah, that could be one
mind.
of your questions. Can we do
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll just ask. Hi, Saluna.
Hi,
It's
God.
me.
Hey, girl.
I was trying. I thought about it. Anyway, you said it. I have a few things. First things first. Is Alara fixable? Is that something that can be fixed?
You don't get maybe the answer you're like. It's not the answer you are really looking for in the sense that she says yes, but it's not really in reference to what you're asking.
Yeah. Hey, can we, like, dream you, or can you contact me directly? I really need to talk to you, and not the yes or no questions. I know that's usually pretty convenient for you, but it's like, I have a lot. I've got a lot.
You get a picture, a mental picture of the Twin Star Village tree.
It's like the child who knows what the answer was and was really hoping to skip
It
some
would be
homework.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are other gods making avatars because of what's happening in Mortenbrum?
Two-word response. I'll give you. Not yet.
Okay, have a good one.
Bye.
She doesn't know what else to say. It's
Yep.
like, I'm having actual conversations with my god regularly. This is weird. Anyway,
Yeah.
so she comes out. Okay, so I have to go to the Morningstar Village. I have to have a conversation. She didn't even address the dream question. Also,
Damn, I was really curious.
yeah. So I asked her if other gods are making avatars because of what's happening in Mortenbrum, and she said not yet. So this is gonna probably become a whole thing.
Well, at least we're early, I guess. That's
That is good.
Yes. So
I
I'm
can get you there tomorrow.
yeah, that'd probably be good. Also we need to take down Devolt, because if he tried this once, he's gonna try it again. I
There's also
guarantee.
the thought that if we, finish the god stuff, that maybe that chills them out. I don't know.
Had we decided on who we were going after
No.
since? Because I know Joaquin, and then Jasper made offended noises, which is fair. I get it.
Yes. She's the god of capitalism. He hates that.
Yeah, no, it's like, I totally get it, and I understand. It's just that she's right there.
She is.
I'm
Porter would like it.
trying to find the list of gods. Do. I just wish we could get to Ariel. I just don't have... If I look at the
But-
contract really quick, is there a new list? Is there like
No.
additional names? Fuck.
There's not additional names. You've not tried to. I think it was once a week, right? You were allowed to search and figure out where a god was.
Yeah.
So I mean, if one thing you could do, if nothing else, you could try one of the two gods and see if they're still alive. Not a bad thing to do every once in a while.
I think I'll try Bishop.
Okay. You try Bishop.
Uh-huh.
That one reacts differently than you would expect. Because it is ping-ponging you.
In what way?
You it typically gives you a sense of where he is, right?
He's on a VPN.
Yeah, exactly. You get Mortenbrim, right?
Right.
You get that he is definitely there. However, you also get ping-ponged into Varengard. And back. And back. And back.
So
And back.
between the two.
No, both. He is in both.
Guys, I think he has an avatar. Or something.
It
He's
doesn't
in
feel like an avatar. It feels like the god is there in both places,
I think
which is not something you've had happen.
guys, I think Bishop, at least part of him, is in Varengard.
I forget how the contract works. Does
Is
it
this like
tell
a
you?
Horcrux situation?
I don't
Does
know.
it tell you exactly where it was? I can't remember. I think it did.
I think it did, because that's how we found Shantia.
Right. Yeah. You've not been to this place, but I think you've heard it mentioned a few times. You're getting pulled to the Church of Delin.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Which, if you think about it, it's a different sect of the same god idea.
How different is it?
They don't worship the god of fate. They worship a wizard who achieved divinity, who was a diviner. He's a patron god of mages, of fortune tellers, of those who see the future, but not a god of fate. He's also a god a bit of what would it be? What's the proper word? It's 11, and I'm failing. Intellectual curiosity, understanding of things perhaps not meant to be understood, or that not previously understood.
Right. So I would be in favor of that, but I would like to table that conversation for when the larger group is assembled. But
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
Well, time to assemble the group. We've done it. Everyone at the Twin Star Village. Easy.
Yeah, I need to talk to Seluna anyway.
There you
Why are half of them deposing?
go. Before we end, Lily, what do you tell your girl?
My boss?
Yeah, your boss.
How do I explain this to her?
How do you try?
A lot of shit has gone down. I need to go. Here are my
Oh,
plans.
I tell her that duty calls the other duty. That I would also like to see if she could look into DM. How would I describe avatars to my boss?
How do you try?
Like, how do you look out for an avatar?
There's the 4 elements.
That's,
Indeed.
That's a different thing.
So I mean, it's like if you see, Jesus walking down the road, say something. It's if you see, the Antichrist walking down the road, say something.
I tell
It would be
her
like
that
seeing like extreme power, extreme divine power.
if
Oh yeah,
you see
we're
anyone exuding a lot more divine energy than usual, than your typical paladin. Like, you see someone who walks around like they're 4 paladins in one body. You should apprehend them, potentially question them.
If I see something that's a force of nature, I should try to confront it.
Maybe not you personally.
No,
It's
how
less,
about
it's
you
less of
just-
a question and more of just a smile. Like, she's just
You
kind
could
of
just
smiling.
let us know.
I'll be sure to do so. Can I ask what this is regarding, specifically?
Well, it's not really a secret. There's something in Mortonbrum that's trying to kill gods. X actually killed one already.
Really?
Yeah. It's on our list of things to deal with.
Is that what's causing the unrest in the dynasty?
Yeah.
You see, very quickly things are not clicking for her. That would explain why I've not heard from my friend in some time. I understand. And you believe this Avatar business is a next step for the gods in retaliation, or
I'm not sure. It seems kind of silly to divide your power down like that and then send it at something that has proven that it can, you know, win.
I don't know. Because think of it on this front: if you put all of your eggs into one basket and fail, that's the ball game. Perhaps if you divide and conquer, it's a little bit easier.
So, here's something that you could try and work on, maybe. Something that stops that kind of siphoning. Just thought.
Something that stops the siphoning of divine energy.
Well, it's not just divine energy, it's everybody. But sure, divine energy, I would love that necklace. Just a thought, something you can work on would help us a huge amount in the near future. Just a thought.
It's not my forte. I'll be very, very frank with you. But believe me, I appreciate this information. This has opened my eyes to a few things, actually.
Oh.
Well, I understand the dynasty situation more. I can maybe see why there's chaos in a few places. Whether we, mortal kind, likes it or not, the gods help keep things stable for the most part, and the world is anything but at the moment. And we're sort of mirrors of each other. At least I believe that. If the world's panicked, the gods are panicked. If the gods are panicked, the world panics. The world is at war, and has been for some time. Perhaps that is because it is a reflection of what the gods plan.
Well,
She says this very calmly, but you see like her thinking pretty hard. Lily, you've seen this a few times, and you know she thinks very fast. Like anytime, like she's never been really like artificer. Like she doesn't have that sort of knowledge like you do. But if you explain a concept to her, she gets it fast.
Yeah, she's analyzing.
Yeah.
so that's kind of our plan for the next few days. We may be back to deal with DeVault, who is in the area. If you see anything like about him or hear anything, let us know right away.
I will do so.
And I'm actually going to drag Lily away to talk to her privately.
Sure. And she will say before you guys go, and she'll look to Lily as well. If I do see him, I will try to apprehend him and deal with him as well. So I'll let you know. Lily,
Be careful!
Lily, thank you for the work you've done so far. If you're going to be away for a while, I'll probably put someone else temporarily on the project to help multiply what you've done. And we'll pick up when you get back. Is that okay?
Okay, I'll see you later.
She smiles at you.
Um,
And yeah, you can pull her away, Gara.
I don't think I call her Miss Spirits anymore. We're friends. I call
Yeah,
her.
you can call her a name. She doesn't care.
So
Yeah.
we are alone. It is quiet. The party can be there, but no one else. Okay, so Lily, you remember how you designed the things to siphon the magic?
slow nod.
Can you design something that would protect from, like what I proposed to Fiona, but since you have kind of already done like the opposite already, maybe you could like protect.
DM, do I think that's possible? In theory, with
Yeah,
my
I mean,
with my
it
intelligence
goes
of 20.
it goes from less of like an evocation type thing to an observation, like a ward, right? But in theory, I mean, maybe it would take a lot of practice. You need to have a lot of the magical essence that you want to work with to make it. Like you had a lot of arcane to work with easily. You need a lot of divine energy to throw into your work.
Yes, absolutely, I can do it.
I love it.
Okay, so I think that is something that you should. I will help you however I can. It's just not my thing, but I can definitely like be a cheerleader and also provide magical assistance.
Magical assistance is fantastic.
Um. Anyway, that's it. That's all I just wanted to. It might be a few months before we get to Mortonbroom, but I want if we can protect ourselves from it, then it would be a huge win for us.
Yeah, I'll definitely start as soon as I can. I think this is a great idea.
All right. I think that's where we'll stop for today, guys.
Okie dokie.
Whew.